What's up, Matt Doomit? Did you have a good Thanksgiving, buddy? I hope so. Hope so. Having some technical difficulties. I think my internet ate too much turkey also. Not wanting to cooperate today. Got in, got booted out. Got in, got booted out. How you doing today, Matt? Doing all right, buddy? All right. Ole Miss won. What do y'all think? Lane Kiffin announces heading to LSU, or does he stay with Ole Miss? What y'all think? I think Ole Miss has made the playoffs. Be kind of hard to leave your team when you make the playoffs. Georgia Tech and Georgia getting ready to kick off. That's the game we'll watch and talk about. See if I can get it to come up. Get the game cast to come up. There we go. Still undecided on whether you're leaving. How's that? How you treat your team like that, dude? I don't get it. I don't get it. I wouldn't want him as a coach if it's me. If I'm LSU, just the whole him hawing around bullshit that he's doing, I'd just tell him move on down the road. Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on with StreamYard today, but it is not playing nice. It's being a royal pain in the, you know what? Everybody out here live streaming. Georgia Tech kickoff 4 minutes. Who you got in that one, Matt? Doom it. You got the Dogs or the Yellow Jackets? Do you think they cover? 13.5. 8 overtime game last year. Last year. Gonna be a fun watch. Matt says he's rocking with the Dogs. Well, since I picked him to win the SEC this year, I think I got to stick with the Georgia Bulldogs too there, Matt. Think I'm going to have to stick with the Bulldogs myself. I do think I had them as the number one SEC team, so I kind of got to stick with them as the number one SEC team, or unlike some people, I don't repick. I got to stick with the Dogs because I took the Dogs. Who will they play in the SEC championship? Still yet to be determined. I guess we'll figure out some stuff tonight with Texas A&M. Who'd you take in that one, Matt? Is it the Aggies or the Horns? Back Arkansas got him a new coach. Georgia, I'm at Florida. Still can't figure out who the hell they're going to hire. Nobody wants the Florida job. Nobody wants to go to Florida. What's up, Derail? Happy Friday, buddy. How was your Thanksgiving? Hopefully it was good. Matt says he's rocking with Texas A&M to beat the Horns. I tell you what, Texas A&M can't do. They can't do what they did against South Carolina and go down by 30 points because Texas ain't going to give up 31 in the second half of a football game like my Gamecocks did. Did I watch the girls' basketball game last night? Darrell, actually, I did not. I was watched some NFL football yesterday. I did not watch the girls' game, but I heard they lost to Texas. They couldn't hit any free throws. I did check in on that. What's up, Stampede? How you doing, buddy? Just announced Lane Kiffin not coming to South Carolina. No, I'm pretty sure that one's not going to happen. We're keeping Shane Beamer. Remember, that was announced prior to this game against Clemson. We're going to keep Shane Beamer. What if we go out there and get our ass mollywopped by Clemson? Does anyone feel that Shane Beamer is still safe if we just go out there and get our ass whooped by 35 points at home? Everybody's just assuming we're winning that football game. What if we don't? I mean, as Gamecock fans, we've seen shit happen. We can sit here and say, oh, Gamecocks are favored, Clemson shit, all we want. But this is our football team that we're talking about. I think we all are well aware of some of the disappointments this football team has presented to us in the past. Derail, how was my day? I've been cleaning house today. Y'all ever get into something where you got to get all the Christmas shit out? So what ends up happening is you remodel your whole like shed or attic or wherever your stuff is at. So let's just say I had to do a whole damn shed remodel today. After I started digging Christmas stuff out. But there is one great thing that come out of that. It's more organized now. I can find shit again. Is Dabo safe? Yeah, they owe him way too much money. Dabo ain't going nowhere. Dabo's contract like ridiculous. Clemson ain't going nowhere away from Dabo anyway. They're not even prepared to fire Dabo, I wouldn't think. Coming into the season, that's so far away from the mindset of the Clemson. Cockaboo's conductor wants to know if Stampede stepped on a rake. Yeah, Dabo's not going anywhere. He's got 2 national championships at Clemson. They'll fire the whole staff and start over again before they ever do that. Well, looks like Georgia Tech going to start out by downing the ball and taking it at the 25. Clemson wants Beamer. Stampede don't nobody want Beamer, dude. Other than the little bit of shit around Virginia Tech, Shane Beamer ain't been mentioned in one of these head coaching searches. Not one. That should tell you something. Oh, I missed the one. Stampede said Shane Beamer's better than Lane Kiffin. You want to compare their records just in the time that Shane Beamer's been at South Carolina versus Ole Miss is not no perennial powerhouse. It's not a better program than South Carolina. But Lane Kiffin sure has made it better than us. Georgia Tech tried to run to the outside. That didn't go anywhere. It looks like they lost a yard and a half. There you go, Durrell. Says, do not forget to hit the like button. Thank you, buddy. I'm waving at y'all. I put the little damn wavy hand up there. I need to get that shit down. That's orange. We don't like orange around here. I do live in Florida. There's a lot of orange around here, but let me see if I can take this thing down off of here. Click off of that. It gone. All right. 2nd and 11. Haynes King. Oh, that's going to be intentional grounding. That's a safety, boys. He was not out of the pocket. Beamer is not mentioned because he's so locked in at South Carolina. That's not true, Stampede. He's not mentioned because his record sucks. I got an argument with somebody on Twitter. Y'all tell me where I'm wrong on this. Shane Beamer is what? 30, what's he got now? 33, 34 wins, like 28 losses. If you go take out his wins over teams like Akron, South Carolina State, Coastal Carolina, if you take out all his small wins over schools that South Carolina should beat, he's not even got a 500 record against Power 4 teams, let alone having a losing record. How did they not call that a safety? They gave Georgia Tech the ball and then they go and throw for a first down. How was the second down play not a safety? Oh, Stampede's just trolling everybody, cockaboose. Don't pay him no attention. He does this every time. He does it in every video. He comes with some delusional stuff. I think he hits that left-handed cigarette too many times. Or takes mushrooms or something. He gets into the delusion about Shane Beamer. But the guy didn't even want to talk to me on Twitter no more because I asked him to supply the facts about Beamer's career as a head coach at South Carolina, that it's a winning career, because it's not. Minus out the games you should win, boys, and see where he's at then. Eastern Illinois, Akron. Almost lost to Jacksonville State. The other Gamecocks. All right, 2nd and 5. Haynes King back. Georgia brings pressure. He's scrambling around, throws. Oh, he got another. Was it a catch? Yeah. Be another first down for Georgia Tech. But yeah, everybody's assuming South Carolina's beating Clemson tomorrow. We could get spanked. We have been known to do some dumb shit. But Clemson's pretty terrible too, so I don't know. Beamer never lost to the Citadels because he ain't played them yet. You know who lost to the Citadel? Sean Elliott, though. The guy y'all want to be a co-offensive coordinator at South Carolina. He lost to the Citadel. First and 10, Georgia Tech. Haynes King looking to go deep. No. Oh, almost got loose, but goes down. I even had one of the Gamecock fans try to tell me that it was like assistant coaches and didn't want to lose Fury. Somebody in a couple years come take him and he goes somewhere and be successful. I'm like, that's never happened at South Carolina, dude. The closest guy that ever got out of South Carolina to do anything was what's his name? Charlie Strong, and that didn't even work out. I knew I should have set this up for subscribers only, and then goofy ass bullshit will come on here. The bots. I need to assign somebody in here. Who am I gonna assign to be a damn? Who's gonna be the watchdog today? Get somebody in here. Let's see if I can find it. All right, 3rd and 11. Georgia Tech. See if I go to my own channel. I'm trying to go in here and give one of y'all a wrench. King is a little limpy. Yeah, that dude done took a damn beating. Yeah, Charlie Strong left. Ended up head coach at Texas. That didn't work out. He was at South Florida. That didn't work out. I mean, I'm just trying to think of an assistant coach that left South Carolina that went on somewhere to be very successful. I can't think of one. Not even from the Spurrier days. Being a Carolina fan is worse than being a Browns or Jaguar fan. I don't know, kind of all the same to me, if you want me to be honest about it. South Carolina to me is almost like a mirror image of, I don't know, Arkansas, Mississippi State. Strong was at Louisville. Yeah, not very good there either, was he? He was. I'm saying, like, even Whammy. Where's Whammy? He's at Clemson now. Shit. Where did Sparky Woods end up after he left South Carolina as a head coach? He didn't do shit. Brad Scott ended up at Clemson. Didn't really do shit there either. I can't even think of one. Y'all think of one? Maybe South Carolina's just a place to go that ruins coaches. Shit, I don't know. I can't think of one. How do I think the Gamecocks are doing Conference USA? Probably pretty shitty because they'd lose all their money. I don't know, dude. Probably not very good. I've been told the same thing that the South Carolina went to ACC. We wouldn't end up with a lot of the players we had or got. Don't forget, Beamer's killing it on the recruiting trail, man. He's still only one season behind Will Muschamp on getting a top 25 recruiting class. Muschamp had 5, and Shane Beamer's had 4. Since those are the two everybody compares, Muschamp had a better record against the SEC. Was Dan Reeves ever a coach at Carolina? Not that I'm aware of. He went to the University of South Carolina, but I don't think he was ever a coach. Neither was shit. I can't think of his damn name now. Mark D'Antonio. I remember everybody wanted Mark D'Antonio from Michigan State because he was a South Carolina guy, but never coached at South Carolina. Stampede said we would run the Conference USA. That ain't even something to brag about, Stampede. Well, what was that little Metro Conference or something we were in basketball one time? We didn't dominate that shit. And when we was an independent in South Carolina where we could pick our own schedule, we didn't dominate that shit either. Straight Up Wrestling Show said Dan Reeves didn't coach us. No, I didn't think he did. Neither did D'Antonio. I mean, there's been some good coaches that went to South Carolina, but they ended up coaching somewhere else. South Carolina's not an appealing coaching job. It could be. I just think there's too much politics for one, and it's the same thing that happened to Auburn. Auburn's just they've allowed the boosters and the money to operate that university, and South Carolina's done that a lot longer, and that shit has just got to stop. Somebody they have got to get that old timey South Carolina thinking out of that university and move forward before we're ever going to get better. We should have hired Monty Kiffin. Shit, I was told the other day by a guy. He don't even want he wouldn't even take Bobby Petrino as an offensive coordinator because Bobby was too old. I'm like, hey, dumbass, you know how old Steve Spurrier was when he took the South Carolina job? Do you know how old Steve Spurrier was when he took us to the SEC championship game? Do you even know how old Steve Spurrier was when he won the 3-11 win seasons? I don't want to hear Bobby Petrino's too old. That's a horrible way of thinking. You want the best guy. It's damn talking about age, dude. Stampede said I'd hire Lou Holtz today. No, you wouldn't. Lou Holtz ain't in no help to coach no football team. What are you gonna do? Sit him in a chair somewhere and let him call out something? Lou Holtz he can't call no plays either. What Lou Holtz now? Late 80s? Spurs 80? Ain't none of them guys coming back to coach. All right, Gunner Stockton, 2nd and 6. Let's see what Georgia can do with the ball since Georgia Tech couldn't do nothing. Yeah, that guy was trying to tell me like Mike. He brought up Mike Bobo. I'm like, Mike Bobo ain't been successful. Well, look what he's doing at Georgia. I'm like, Georgia won 2 national championships with Todd Monken. Mike Bobo goes to Auburn, gets fired, or the whole crew got fired, ends up at Georgia, and they ain't won no damn national championship with no Mike Bobo. Some Gamecock fans don't know college football, dude. They only know the Gamecocks. Mike Bobo went to Colorado State as a head coach and failed miserably. Came to South Carolina and brought what was his name? The long-haired dude from Colorado State with the 2 bad knees and shit. No. And South Carolina don't have Georgia talent either. Where does Georgia recruit? Top 5. Where does South Carolina recruit? Top 25. Yeah, not the same. Yeah, that's right up, straight up wrestling. Yeah, I also had one argue with me about Bobby Petrino the other day and said, it's a pro style. I'm like, dude, every offense has some type of pro concepts. It's not, people mix up pro style and NFL. Mike Bobo ran NFL shit. Just look how many people ran off the field and came on the field after every play. It's packages. That's NFL shit. But everybody has some NFL or pro style concepts. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here goes one. I got to get out of here again. These damn stupid ass robots, man. Petrino scores 35 points a game against it. It averages that in the SEC, my guy. He ain't even averaging that shit in no small conference. He's doing that against SEC defenses. But some South Carolina fans don't want him because he's 62. I'm like, you lost your mind. That man, Lamar Jackson. Look what the hell he's doing with Taylor Green. Stupid, man. People don't think. They just assume, and that's my opinion, he's too old. We don't want him. Yeah. What if South Carolina was said that about Steve Spurrier when he was 60 and took the job? Interception. Oh, Gunner. He gunnered it to the Georgia Tech. There it goes. Gotta go over there and get his little chat in his ear from Papa Kirby over there. So I tell you, I'm like, hell, Kirby Smart would not even stay at South Carolina. Even if Kirby would have took the job, How many years, even another 2 or 3 years down the road, had Georgia come open, his ass would still left us. You know he would have left us. That's just that's the nature of college football anymore, dude. If you got to spend the money on resources. Look, somebody comes to me, even Shane Beamer would leave. People don't believe that when I tell them. I'm like, you mean to tell me if you think Alabama came knocking on Shane Beamer's door, offered him $1.5 million, $2 million more dollars than what he makes now with the resources that Bama put into that football team and the recruiting he can do there, that he wouldn't leave South Carolina for Alabama? You a damn fool. Think about yourself. Keith will tell you this, Stampede, you know this. Cockaboose, I guarantee you know this. Think about yourself and the job you do, and somebody from a bigger company or a company that gives you more resources, provides you more to do your job, and they come to you and they offer you a much larger raise than what you currently make in the job you're at, your ass would leave too. I don't care if you've been there 10 years. You ain't that dedicated. You got to take, you know who you're dedicated to? Your kids, your family, God. That's what you're dedicated to. Shane Beamer was no Gamecock. He was a Gamecock under Steve Spurrier. He didn't play here. It's not his alma mater. Shit. He don't want to be gone. I'd be gone too. Let somebody come up to me tomorrow and offer me a job where I make they can walk up and just say, "Hey, we'll pay you $40,000 more than you make right now. We're going to provide you a lot more resources." Now I know I'm talking smaller scale than these coaches, but shit, Beamer's not as dedicated to our fan. Well, a fan can't get out of a fan's mind. That's the problem. You know, sometimes you got to look at this shit as a business, and you got to look at what would you do if it's you. Now, we as South Carolina fans probably we would think about that harder because we love our university and we always have. But say you didn't grow up a South Carolina fan, but you were at South Carolina and somebody came along and offered you a job at Alabama and you get to take over and they're going to pay you $1.5 million, $2 million more dollars. Shit. You'd be like, what time the plane take off? I'll just call the movers. Those people, they can go in and pack my house for me. Stampede said we're going to get Dabo next year. No. He's going to Liberty or somewhere. You got to get that religion. I don't think Dabo's going anywhere from Clemson. I'm telling you, they'll fire everybody on that team again and rehire more assistants and everything else before Dabo leaves. When Dabo decides to leave Clemson, it'll be because Dabo. Watch, it'll be a mutual parting of the ways, is how they explain it. Dabo will end up on the ACC network talking about football games. He says he wants to still coach. No, he loves to talk too much, dude. He'll go over there and take over for Jimbo because Jimbo's going to end up back in coaching somewhere. Dabo hates Clemson fans, low key. I don't know if he hates Clemson fans, but he don't like to be questioned. A lot of coaches do not like to be questioned on their decision making and all this stuff. Look at the money that Clemson. I guarantee you, their staff between what they play. What do y'all think they're paying Riley up there? Garrett Riley, $2 million plus a year. Tom Allen, I didn't even look to see what he just signed for, but I guarantee you, it's somewhere in that neighborhood. Their staff, I mean, they make a shit ton more money than what South Carolina pays their assistant coaches. Carolina fans question everything. Not all of them, Stampede. A lot of us do, but not all of them. Yeah, a bigger job came along, he would split with the quickness. Yeah, absolutely. We would too, if you think about it. I mean, in everyday life. Shit, you leave for a bigger job, paying you more money, giving you more resources. Got more resources to pay your assistant coaches. You can get whoever the hell you want. South Carolina just needs to stop looking at everything as a damn profit, man. Spend the money. Like the people that run that university thinking they just pull all that money into their pockets. They want to be good. They just don't know how to be good. And you look at Georgia's recruiting budget versus South Carolina and how much they spend versus what we spent, ain't even close. It was like, well, Georgia got more money. Dude, you ever been to Georgia? You ever been to Athens? It ain't that big a school, and it's in the middle of no damn where. It's like App State on steroids. It's Clemson the same way. How's Clemson win national championship? South Carolina can't even compete. That should piss South Carolina fans off more than anything. You got a damn college up there in the middle of a damn potato field, that's won national championships, and we can't even compete for them. But we want to settle for shit. That's what's wrong with South Carolina fans. We settle for shit. The ones that want to hire Mike Fury right now, I'm like, off of what, dude? A half a game against Texas A&M, where our defense played well, and Texas A&M made a shit ton of mistakes. Defense even scored for you. Damn sure ain't hiring an offensive coordinator that ran over one of the worst defenses in the FBS called Coastal. Look up the stats yourself. They're awful. Thank you, Keith. Appreciate that, buddy. The Brown. See, this is why I always do this thing where people have to subscribe to the channel to come in here, because these damn robot things will drive you nuts. I figured today I was doing the Georgia game, there'd be 7,000 people doing the Georgia game, that I might avoid them, but no, they keep coming back. We're more shit than any professional sports. Well, South Carolina don't have professional sports. Kind of like Alabama and Auburn. It's a state without professional sports. The Browns could luck into a championship. Yeah, I doubt that's going to happen. I don't think you luck in the championships. If you could say anything, anybody that's won a championship, maybe, but you're not going to look through a whole season and win a national championship. Stampede, you're trying to compare Clemson to that. They won 2, brother. They didn't win 1. They won 2. And they've actually won 3 in their history. Now, South Carolina, we ain't come close. 84 was our closest year, and we lost to Navy. Now, we might have had a shot in 2010 had we beaten Auburn in the regular season, because then we wouldn't have played Auburn in the SEC championship game. But no, we got to run into Cam Newton. And then we got a shit down our leg by 2012, and Missouri comes into the league and can't beat them. Can't beat Tennessee. Let them throw some ridiculous pass on us. And that's like everybody getting pissed off about the Texas A&M game and South Carolina giving up that football game. That's not the only time that shit's happened under Shane Beamer, because I remember a Florida game where we were winning by 10 points with not many minutes left on the clock, and we shit down our leg in that game too and gave it away. Hell, we've done, was that the 3rd time this year we've been up on ranked opponents and ended up losing going in the 4th quarter? Got to close, man. Ask baseball teams what it's like to have a closer. You got to close out games. It's impossible for the Gamecocks to win a natty. Not if they spend the money. I'd win the Mega Millions lottery before the Gamecocks win a championship. I don't know about that, Stampede. You just got to dedicate yourself to it and spend the money. I tell you, one of the problems with South Carolina is they support way too many sports. Why are you so negative, Rooster? I'm not negative, Chuck. I'm positive. I'm positive we don't do the right shit to win a national championship in South Carolina. That's positive thinking, Chuck, not negative. Oh, Chuck's doing the Texas A&M game tonight, so y'all don't forget to go over there with Chuck. You still doing the Texas A&M game, Chuck? Blows my mind seeing our administration run our university athletic program the same. I graduated in '89. I ran track for 4 years, and outside of being bigger, not much changed. Been a lot, shit ton of money from the SEC, but what are they doing with it? Straight up wrestling. I mean, they're getting them big ass paychecks from the SEC. That TV money. Where the hell's it going? Got to be going in somebody's pocket, right? I mean, all these other teams get the same paycheck. I don't get it. The competitive teams get the same TV money South Carolina gets. Georgia, Alabama, LSU, they're all getting the same money. Oh, Chuck said yes, he's doing the Texas A&M game. I'm gonna enjoy it. Y'all know what I did today? Been creative with my leftovers. I took some turkey, put that thing in the crock pot, stirred up. I'm gonna have pulled barbecue turkey sandwiches. Rewarmed some macaroni and cheese. I threw back in the crock pot. Added some extra cheese and a little bit of milk. Yes, sir. I hope that Voltard spoke. Sports Talk J can find some actual evidence to be stolen to beat Tennessee back in 22. The way we can fire Beamer for calls, yeah, ain't gonna happen. No, we just gonna fire Beamer for being awful as a head coach before it's all said and done. Everybody loves him right now. Give him one more bad year. And people seem to forget next year's a 9 SEC game schedule plus Clemson. Everybody think Clemson ain't gonna be down forever, brother. Keith said that sounds good. I just tried to think of different ways to eat my damn leftovers from Thanksgiving so it don't get all like the same. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do some pulled turkey barbecue sandwiches. Straight up wrestling said he's about to get some leftovers himself. Oh, I've been munching on them all day. I still had a bunch of deviled eggs left over, so I done got into those. I got in a little bit of green bean casserole. Oh, I'm about to go. I'm about to get on that New Year diet plan that lasts like 2 weeks. What y'all think? I'm getting the gym, making a comeback, get on the diet plan, lose about 20 pounds. Once I get past the holidays, actually, I have to because I got to cut back on the sugar. My doctor said your sugar's too high. Stampede want Georgia Tech to win the championship. I don't even think Georgia Tech's gonna make it. That's the sad thing. Teams like Georgia Tech, they're gonna lose. They probably lose to Georgia. They'll be knocked out. Now, if they beat Georgia, they'd be in. Maybe. I don't know how you'd keep them out, but I don't know. Matt Dumick still got his whole damn dinner left and a whole pecan pie. What the hell, Matt? Did you not eat yesterday or what? All right, Gunner looking. Oh no. What the? This might be another overtime game for Georgia Tech. What was the point spread again? 13 and a half? Damn. Everybody always waits on that. Here comes all this bullshit again under robots. If I wouldn't mess my show up in here, I'd go change it. But you got to set it up prior to starting the show where it's subscribers only. I'm almost to 1,000 though. I think I'm at 960. I need like 24 more. Oh, Matt he was at his aunt's house. Nate Frazier on the run. First down for the Dogs. I think they should have left. Why Georgia Tech sell their rights to this game to Atlanta? You gotta have a home game, man. Have a home game. You're giving away your damn. I know maybe you need the money or something, but hell, you're giving away your damn home field advantage. Make the damn Georgia Bulldogs come up in your home stadium. I guess they feel like they can't get enough people at Georgia Tech Stadium for the Georgia Tech game. Georgia Tech has 2 players now. Down bad. Oh, got a old shoe to the face. Shit, Ole Miss and Mississippi State was throwing dukes at each other. Lane Kiffin did his typical shit against Mississippi State, didn't he? Hang around, let them hang around, and all of a sudden, late in the game, he start damn pulling away. Same shit he did to us. Kiffin to LSU. I don't know, man. I think LSU, of course, has more resources and shit, but that place is kind of fucked up right now. It's like almost like Florida. The administration at those 2 damn schools, like kind of like South Carolina. We can't keep our administration to save our ass out of our football program. Keith says it's a gladiator sport. Oh yeah, not as much as it used to be. Stampede said Kiffin to the NFL. I said Kiffin going to the Giants, New York Giants. Go back with Jackson Dart. Probably only take him about a year or 2 to get fired again. He'd be back in college. But hell, by then, maybe we get rid of Beamer and he does end up at South Carolina. Yeah, Eli Drinkowitz got paid. He played that shit perfectly. Florida going to go after Eli if they can't get Kiffin. That agent doesn't roll up in there. Yeah, Eli going to interview with Florida. Oh, no, we better write him a check. Better extend them out, give him some more money. Look like it might be old Summerall from Tulane that ends up at Florida because they let Alex Golis get out of there and head up to Arkansas. I know North Texas is playing right now. Their coach leaving going to Oklahoma State. Boy, he got a serious damn rebuild at Oklahoma State. He must be going to transfer all the North Texas kids up there to Oklahoma State next year. He going to pull the Kurt Signetti and take his whole football team with him. I think we're going to see some crazy coaching betrayals this offseason. I don't think we're done seeing coaches get fired, Stampede, if you want me to tell you that. I kind of agree with you on that. I think there's going to be, come Sunday, there'll be some coaches getting fired. That's what I say right now isn't the hard thing with trying to find an offensive coordinator. How many new coaches go offer some of these same guys we've talked about over the last couple of weeks for South Carolina? Like the Baker guy from East Carolina. What if NC State dumps Doran or Doran leaves, or somebody goes and hires Manny Diaz from Duke? You never know with these damn things, man. Shit happens so rapidly. What if Belichick decides to retire from North Carolina? I doubt it, but he might. You never know. His girlfriend or wife or something's on, whatever her name is, she's on the dance team at North Carolina, so he probably won't leave until she graduates. That's about 4 more years. Could you imagine being that old and being with that young of a woman? I mean, dude, the immaturity of people in their 20s right now, like they're talking about lowering the drinking age again to 18. I'm like, we are in our time where people are probably the most immature in our life, and y'all want to lower the drinking age back down? Whew. Yeah, South Carolina should wait and see who gets the axe. Well, I don't doubt they've already had conversations. You know, Shane Beamer, and if he's got Donati and the assistant AD and all of them's helping in the search, they've already talked to people. I just think if we're hanging our hat on Mike Fury, just not enough resume for me. Nothing bad against Mike Fury. Think the guy's a super guy, like his interviews and all that stuff. Just not enough. Stampede still wants Dion to side. Dion is not coming to South Carolina. If Colorado is terrible, nobody wants Deion Sanders in South Carolina. I don't want another shitty coach. Plus, if Dion does anything with his health issues, his ass is retiring. Who would y'all like as an offense coordinator? I put out a bunch of videos. I hear shit about no matter who I name, somebody else has got a better name. You know what? Whoever gets hired, still half the fan base won't like. Yeah, I don't understand why you would want a relationship with a woman that young. Yeah, me either, man. You got shit in common. I can promise you that. Octavian, like I'm dead. Octavian, show us your football team. Florida sucks, bro. But yeah, South Carolina and Florida, y'all gonna be damn twins. Rooster, what if hell froze over and Dabo Sweeney was available to come to South Carolina? Would you want him? I mean, I don't have a problem with Dabo. One thing about me, Tiger Red Devil, you'll learn. I'm not one of these fans that's like all about the hate. I'm all about the winning. I'm gonna sit here and scream and shout and talk shit about Clemson. Because I got respect for teams that win. Now I'll tell you when you suck, and this year Clemson sucked. So has South Carolina. But I don't. I mean, personally, do I have a problem with Dabo? Hell no, because I mean, our coach is the same fucking person without the championships. If you want to know the truth, Cockaboo says Dabo's too old. Here comes another one. That guy's too old. Shit, Dabo ain't much older than Shane Beamer, is he? How's Dabo? 50. What's Dabo? Like 52? 53? Bots are out today. Yeah, they. You know why? Because YouTube has let so many people got away with playing it, actually showing the games, and there's nobody monitoring it, so the bots are all over those things, and YouTube don't go shut them down. They don't. There should be people monitoring the football games, and you find that people that are spamming them out there go shut them down. The problem is they're using these VPNs, and they're foreign, so you can't hardly get them shut down. How about Kiffin to Atlanta? I don't know, man. The Falcons tried that shit with Bobby Petrino when he went there, of bringing these college coaches up, and it hasn't worked out. I think it's just so much of a different game between what the NFL likes to do and what college is. They don't mix. Whether they go up and come down or whatever, it just, even someone like Belichick, you got to go hire college football assistants. The game is just different. The field's different. The play calling's different. The clocks are different. And you don't have an NFL talented roster in college football. I mean, we've seen teams that had a lot of NFL players, but every NFL team has every player on the team's an NFL player. In college, you don't get that. Whoever can change this program to compete with top teams in the SEC. I don't care who it is. Well, it wouldn't be Dabo Sweeney then, because Dabo ain't played that. I mean, I guess over his career, what is Dabo? Maybe 500 against the SEC. He's not had a great career against SEC football team. I mean, with his playoff teams and championship teams, he did, but overall, I mean, Yeah, farewell against Georgia. He hasn't. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't. South Carolina's been his greatest run against SEC football team, but we play every year, so and we sucked. Sorry, I was trolling a little bit, but the old gay. Yeah, it's true. Dabo probably is too old though. We need to hire Belichick's girlfriend to coach at South Carolina. Maybe she would satisfy some of these younger Gamecock fans that want someone young to coach. Would Belichick come to South Carolina and just be the assistant head coach and let Jordan or whatever her name is coach? Then she'd be young enough, right? Dabo's 21-17 record versus SEC teams, and the vast majority of those are against South Carolina Tiger Red Devil. That should tell you something. I don't know. Who might be in the same category with South Carolina when it comes to that one? We're 1-7 this year against the SEC. Texas A&M has loaded up on beating up the lower the worst teams in the SEC this year, y'all. How about that? Everybody think Texas A&M that great, and then you look at who they played. They're like, damn, they only beat like Mississippi State, Arkansas, South Carolina. They beat the worst. They got the best draw of anybody. It can be done. Indiana is proof. They were strictly a basketball school. Yeah, you just gotta be willing to spend the money. The problem with soccer is too much old money at South Carolina, and that they just think they run the program. I guarantee you they'll be looked at firing Shane Beamer this year, except some booster says they're not paying the buyout. Carolina needs a great coach. Steve Spurrier. The problem is Spurrier got to South Carolina too late, I think. And Spurrier had been at South Carolina, say now, where you had transfer portal, you had NIL money. May have been different. You know what I'm saying? He could have got a few players. He didn't have to wait on development of players. It's like during his era when everything got good, Spurrier's deal, the players were still kind of strung out a little bit because you went from the Melvin Ingrams into the Jadeveon Clowneys. You didn't like have them all together. So it could have, a lot of those teams could have been a lot different. Alabama would have got competed with a lot more in the Saban era, for sure, if NIL would have been out there in the transfer portal. Tiger Red Devil wants to know who I got tonight, A&M or Texas. I'm not really a Texas fan. I pissed off some Texas people earlier before the season started when I told them Arch Manning was catching too much hype for the experience level that he had, and they thought I was talking shit about their quarterback. And I'm like, no, dude, he show me his, as I'll say about Mike Fury, show me his resume, and then we'll talk about it. Keith said Spurrier was about to golf. Yeah, you want that Augusta. Augusta National membership comes as a perk for the head coach at the University of South Carolina, no matter who that may be. Texas A, yeah, I don't know. I'd like to see. Here's the hard part for me. Texas A&M, it kind of pisses me off because Elko's been there 2 years and look what he's doing there versus. I'm not going to call the name of my coach again, who's been around 5 years and not had the ability to do what A&M's doing right now. And people are going to say, "Oh, well, he had the resources." But hey, bro, he had to build a team. All those damn 5-stars left from the Jimbo days. Elko had to build that team, and he's in year 2. People talk about what Signetti is doing at Indiana. Shit, Elko's doing the same shit at A&M. Same exact thing. I mean, they had an end of the year that kind of fell apart last year on A&M, but I don't see it didn't happen this year. He did have to build a team, but A&M is also loaded with oil money. Yeah. True, but I mean, if you go out there, they're still not spending as much money as like some of the schools. But hey, I thought we were going to have a cap of, what was it, $20 million? But yet somehow some teams are still spending more than that in NIL versus other teams. What happened to that cap we were supposed to have? Oh, that's right. There's nobody to maintain and monitor it to make sure shit's happening. That's what it is. There's no cop. Justin, what's up, buddy? Had to work some. Got off yesterday by raking this dang pine straw up in the yard. Yep. Well, we don't worry about that in Florida, Justin. We don't have no pine straw. Keith said I'm dropping truth bombs. Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if you look around, I look at all of college football, man. I don't just watch the Gamecocks. I think that's where people get mixed up, man. They get so focused in what I call them the tailgate fans that they only watch what South Carolina does. And it's like, look around college football and see what's going on. And then you'll understand. Like guy was trying. The guy tried to tell me about current coaches. Well, Beamer's as good as any current coaches. The guys that have come around the same time Beamer did, a lot of them are fired. Billy Napier fired. Brian Harsin, Auburn fired. Who else? I mean, there's more because other schools ain't putting up with no damn losing bullshit. Hell, Auburn done got rid of 2 coaches, Harsin and freaking Hugh Freeze, because they're not winning. They ain't tolerating it. Some schools will not tolerate losing. They don't give a shit how many coaches. Look at Tennessee. Look how many coaches Tennessee went through. They ain't putting up with that shit. They got to fire a coach every 3 or 4 years because the guy ain't performing. So be it. Oh, Stampede says Elko is a dog. He's a good coach. You got to know how to develop players too. I think one thing Beamer's going through is he went through this whole staff of wanting to hire a bunch of recruiters. But if you can't develop the talent, and don't do it, recruiting does you no good if you can't develop the guys on your team, especially now in the transfer portal, because they just going to bail on your ass anyway and run off. These players are not fans of your football team. The quicker people can understand that, the happier they'll be in life. They're not Gamecock fans. Even Lenore Sellers, that grew up in South Carolina, told you flat out he was no Gamecock fan growing up. He wasn't even a fan of Clemson. All the kid wanted to do was play football. He didn't give a shit where he went and played. We can all agree that the NCAA is a joke. Shit, they've been a joke forever. College football needs to just go on and separate from the NCAA. NCAA is never going to have any teeth anymore because every time they try to go to court about something, they shit just gets smashed in. What y'all think about Alex Golesh to Arkansas? I think you got to hire a good defensive coordinator at Arkansas. The offense will work because it's Tennessee's offense. You got to have the right quarterback, and you got to have a defense. Ask Tennessee what it's like when you. Some of the Arkansas fans I already seen their comments too. Just imagine having 3 and outs every 30 seconds with that type of offense, and you got to have depth on defense. You'll wear your damn defense out running that type of offense. Because if you don't get first downs, your ass is off the field quick, and your defense is back on, and then your ass is off the field again quick. So you got to get first downs to make Tennessee or that style of offense work. They're basically air raiding it. Now, Tennessee does use it to spread the field and make their running game much better. They spread the field and make that running game work. Clemson defense coordinator went to Oklahoma and took over after their coach ran to USC, and he's got a defense. Oh, yeah. Terrible punt by Georgia Tech. Oh, did Mason Love go over there and start kicking for him? Because he's been awful the last couple of games. Shane Beamer just needs to hire someone that he can hand the offense to and say, here, go run the offense. Clayton White, you run the defense. I'm going to go over here and get back to working with the special teams that has fallen off since Pete Limbo left. Instead, just stay the hell out of the way and let them guys go do their job. You need to let the offensive coordinator that you hire also bring in his own quarterback's coach, someone that knows the system, someone that can work with the players, someone that could be on the field while the offense coordinator's up in the box where he should be so he can see the damn field. This ain't high school no more. Offensive coordinator can go up in the box and call plays down. You have radio communication. Anyway, 3-3 Georgia Tech. Yeah, I think Texas A&M, Tiger Red Devil, should win. But if they make the mistakes that they made against South Carolina, I'm telling you, Texas will beat that ass. Texas ain't giving up 31 points in the second half. That shit ain't gonna happen. Auburn, Alabama was the same. Well, I've heard the same thing about this Auburn, Alabama game and the Iron Bowl. The same shit I heard about Mississippi State and Ole Miss. Oh, Mississippi State, better watch out. Mississippi State, the Egg Bowl, watch out. They're going to come for Ole Miss. I'm like, y'all have lost y'all's damn mind. That's some of these media people are trying to grow their damn clicks and views and subscriber base out here with some bullshit like that. Ain't nobody thought that Mississippi State, with a backup quarterback that ain't never played in the game, was going to go out there and beat Ole Miss. Like, realistically, for real. Have y'all watched Mississippi State play this year? I'm going to ask y'all like my coach asked us. Have you seen us play? Oh, yeah, coach, we have. That's why we asking these questions. The battle of the oil money. Well, now they got a battle with the billionaire Texas Tech guy. Keith the same way. No, I'm not a Clemson fan. I just recognize a hard-nosed football coach that's hungry for a head coach. It's true. Hey, man, I enjoy college football. It ain't just about South Carolina. It ain't about. And people say they hate something, and I know legit. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I've always been told hate something is really, really, I don't know. I think that word is really strong. I tend not to ever say I hate something unless, if I'm asked to do something I don't want to do, then I might hate doing it. But as far as just hating a football team or a football player or any of that, I don't, these people ain't never done nothing to me personally. Why would I hate them? They're just kids out here trying to, I hate what they're turning our sport into because it's NASCAR all over again. And I rode that rodeo before. Stampede said Beamer's making him hate college football. No, Beamer's making you hate South Carolina football. Ken in the hospital. Ken, why you in the hospital, dude? 4th time. Might not make it this 4th. Oh, you gonna make it, Ken. We're right here for you, buddy. We'll break out all our prayer warriors right now for Ken. Oh, flag on the play. Is it Georgia Tech pass interference? What is this flag? Holding? Where's the flag at? Where's the flag at? Ken, you gonna make it, buddy. Oh, yep, on the defense. You can't even enjoy watching Nick Saban anymore. What Nick do to you? Nick retired on TV. Come on, that's where Dabo's gonna be soon. Y'all see Dabo Swinney and Nick Saban, one on each side of Pat McAfee every Saturday. Shit, Dabo's smart though. Don't let some of the dumb shit he says fool you. That dude's not smart because he's pretty damn smart. But he does say some dumb shit. But some of the smartest people in the world say dumb shit sometimes. I say dumb shit. I'm not that smart. Every college football should have standards. Yes, and the standards should be, if you're making more money than the product and you're paying more money to your coaches, then the product on the field itself should be better. If you're spending more money and paying more money to coaches and the product on the field is the same as it has been, then you got to have some type of damn standard that you got to let people go. Stop holding on to people. They don't love you. You don't love them. You don't know shit about them. They don't know shit about you. I hate this feeling at the end of the season to know we really blew a potential great season and do not have much hope for next year. I hate that. Cockaboos, I don't. You're definitely not going to have the hype going into next year that we had going into this year. The expectations of South Carolina being somewhere around top 15 team preseason, all that stuff. Even if Sellers announces he's returning, Stewart's returning, nobody's going to have the faith enough to do that. And I guess we all should listen to Phil Steele because he all told us before the season ever started, and we thought he was crazy as hell that South Carolina wasn't going to be that good, and he was right. I guess all he had to do was look at the history of Mike Shula and know we were going to suck. My pissed off part with Shane Beamer on that is not, first you bring Teasley back knowing you gave up over 40-something sacks last year. So you knew the offensive line was bad and the blocking. I don't always want to say offensive line because we've seen running backs miss blocks. We saw tight ends miss blocks. We've seen wide receivers not block like they should. So the blocking overall was an issue. But the main problem was the offensive line. How do you bring back a coach where his part, he's the O-line coach, and his O-line was the weakest and the worst part of the team last year. And Beamer hangs on to that guy. Why? Because he was a good damn recruiter. Not because he developed the offensive line. Why does Greg Atkins still have a job at South Carolina? Because his offensive lines weren't any good either. The combination of those two guys have sucked at South Carolina. Why do we keep paying them? Why are they still on our staff? You had Sean Elliott sitting there. You brought in Sean Elliott. Why didn't you just give him the O-line, knowing that's what he's the best at? That's the kind of shit that Beamer does that pisses me the hell off. Oh, the product should reflect what your wallet is spending. Yeah, I mean, we've let Vanderbilt. That's another thing that South Carolina fans aren't pissed off enough about. You've let Vanderbilt move ahead of you. Everybody wants to talk about all the firsts that Shane Beamer's done at South Carolina. How about being the first one in 17 years to lose to freaking Vanderbilt? And I get it. Vanderbilt's a good football team, and they beat a lot of football teams. But should they have moved ahead of South Carolina? No, they don't have the talent. So what does that tell you? It's in the coaching. That's the shit that pisses me off. And Gamecock fans aren't mad enough about it. Shit, if I'm a Clemson fan, I'm mad about the same shit. Look at some of these lower level ACC teams that moved ahead of their ass. I see the argument on both fan bases being pissed off with their head coaches. But God forbid, don't say nothing bad about them. Oh, Justin says, I'm going to predict the 500 ending next season. 6-6, Justin says. I'm going to sit down in the off season. I'll pick through the whole schedule and start looking at teams we play and what they'll be returning. Honestly, man, till the transfer portal's over with in January, you don't know what none of these teams are going to look like next year. You know what I'm saying? You really don't. It's like Luke Day, the strength coach, won't haul ass either. Yeah, that I don't know. I don't know how that strength and conditioning program works or whatever. I mean, South Carolina's pretty healthy right now if you looked at the overall team. So you think that's doing okay. But our offensive line, boy, they get pushed around like they ain't shit. And these boys over 300 pounds. You would think they'd come out and be very physical, but hell, they look weak. You can't get blown up by two. You got 5 guys and you're getting blown up by 2 defensive guys rushing. Cockaboo's conductor says, I'm livid. Hey, you should be. That's why I can't get the fans right now with this back to this love fest. because of we scored 30 points against Texas A&M, minus off 7 of those to give it to the defense. So you still average. You got 23 points, which has been the average for South Carolina's been somewhere around 20 points a game offensively. You really didn't have some offensive explosion against A&M. And how many interceptions did we get in that game? How many interceptions did we drop in that game? So the defense played well in the first half. They got their ass kicked in the second half, and the offense couldn't do shit. We couldn't get 3 lousy points when you need it in the second half of a football game. And then you come out and beat on Coastal, whose defense is somewhere ranked in the 120s. Doesn't have near the talent. Don't even have their starting quarterback. And people are running around because we put up 51 against a Texas, a Coastal team that isn't very good, who gave up 45 the week before to Georgia Southern. And I'm like, y'all bragging about putting up 51 against a team that the week before gave up 45 to Georgia Southern, guys. Not like we got out there and kicked somebody good's ass. They just gave up 45 points the week before to Georgia Southern. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, people don't look at the big picture, man. They look at the single thing and they think that's it. That shiny diamond ring over there. I don't care how I got to pay for it. I just want it. It's fucking stupid. I know. I went in a preacher mode for a minute. I'm back to the game. I'm sorry. That's the kind of shit that just pisses me off, though. All right. Chance to receive a top 4 seed. Georgia has a 77% chance. I'm telling you, man, Georgia was my pick. Nobody was picking them in the beginning of the season. Everybody was picking LSU. They were talking about Alabama, talking about Texas. Nobody picked Georgia. That was the team everybody slept on. I said, hey, they won the SEC last year. Don't sleep on them. Even made the video. Don't sleep on the dogs. Cockaboo's conductor says, the only thing I am holding my hat on is that Jeremiah Dyer may know what he is doing, and he has a long-term plan to fix the damage Ray Tanner caused. Bro, it's in every sport, too. Cockaboo's conductor, you are not lying. Basketball, baseball, under Ray Tanner. Ray Tanner was great as a coach. As soon as you make him AD, Frank Martin had the one Final Four run. Outside of Don Staley, who's not a Tanner hire. Have we really done anything in a men's sport? To beat a man, you got to beat the man. Woo, that's why Ric Flair, styling and profiling, baby. Limo riding, jet flying. Branch with the touchdown for the Dogs. I think the Dogs even covered the 13.5. I might be stupid by saying that. I don't know if I picked them, though. I don't think they're in any of my bets. I won some bets on the Chiefs yesterday, but it wasn't because the Chiefs won the football game. It's because Patrick Mahomes threw for over 2. I think my parlay was Mahomes had to throw over for 250. Rice had to get over 80 receiving, I think, and Hunt had to get over 40 rushing. That was I did a little player parlay. Worked out. I didn't win much because I don't bet much. I'm a cheap bettor, y'all. I do it for the fun, and it makes me more interested in some football games. I don't do it to get rich. I've been to Vegas many times. I've seen those beautiful, beautiful, big, tall buildings they got out there that they got off of people that thought they were going to go out to Vegas and make it rich. Gambling. And the Vegas cab driver even told me that one time. He said, you see all these nice buildings, all these nice new casinos they're building? They don't build that shit by giving away money. All right. I got to take a pause for the calls. I'll be right back, y'all. All right, I'm back. Let's hope Jeremiah has a plan cockaboose instead of a bullfrog. I don't know. It's weird that Kendall Browse, a lot of people was talking about him when this first OC thing kind of came along, and hell, they quit talking about him. It's like nobody wants Kendall Browse anymore. I'm like, why not? Everybody brought up all these other names. I'm like, at least Kendall Browse was called damn offense against SEC defenses. Hell, he was rocking pretty good with KJ Jefferson and Rocket Sanders there for a little while at Arkansas. He became a forgotten man in the hunt for offensive coordinator. Oh, North Texas up on Temple, 28-7. Who didn't know that? I'll tell y'all another fear I have, and y'all may not believe this, but I got a fear that the DMV pipeline that Beamer's had recruiting, um, he may lose some of that with James Franklin being at Virginia Tech now. Some people say, "Oh no," but it competed against each other at Penn State for recruits. I'm like, yeah, but Penn State had the whole Northeast. From DMV to Philadelphia to New Jersey to New York, all the way up to Boston to themselves. The only people they were competing with was Boston College and Rutgers, plus the whole state of Pennsylvania. They didn't need to go hijack all the players out of the DMV, dude. Now at Virginia Tech, you can bet your ass he gonna be recruiting his ass off around the DMV. Oh, my top three: Kendall Browse, Bobby Petrino, or Gus. I don't know if Gus will be available now that Norvell's staying at Florida State. I don't know though. Gus may say, "Fuck it, I want to get the hell out of here too." Oh, send me my ticket away from Florida State. There's another program. Holy Christ, you talking about disappointing? And Florida State got the money. Too busy now wanting to do stadium renovations, put these high dollar seats in. They don't want to spend the money on winning, dude. They want to spend the money on putting cushion seats under people with money's ass so they can make more profit off of it. Hold on a second, y'all. I think Mama's calling me. Let me go see what she's yelling about. All right, I'm back. Oh, my top three are Kendall Browse, Bobby Petrino, Gus. We talked about Dad. Justin says James Franklin can pull the players from the DMV as well as Tennessee and North Carolina. Exactly. Cockaboo's Conductor says, I still wonder about hiring Kendall Browse. Dad, why doesn't anyone take art seriously anymore? He actually has a job. I forgot that he just got hired as a head coach. Now, it's a small school, maybe somewhere in New Mexico or something like that, but he did get a job. With art, it's the allegations that concern people. But hell, Bobby Petrino was in the same boat. Well, not quite the same boat. Bobby Petrino got in an accident with somebody on the back of the motorcycle that wasn't his wife. Art Briles let kids get away with some very sexual misconduct shit that wasn't cool. Art Briles, who did he get hired by? He just got hired by somebody though. Who was it? Who was it? Eastern New Mexico. I was close. I couldn't remember the eastern part of it, but I thought it was some small school out in New Mexico. But hell, that's where half of the Vanderbilt staff came from, somewhere out there in New Mexico. Wasn't it a Division II team? Yeah, it's Eastern New Mexico is a school. If he can win ball games, I'll overlook that. Yeah, South Carolina probably should cheated a few times in their lifetime as a university to win a national championship. Why can't you win a national championship? Because we've never cheated. Maybe we need to start cheating more. Can we get a coach that wants to cheat? Who cares? We get a 4-year bowl ban once we win a national championship. I don't give a shit. Just give me the national championship. You don't want to be known as a cheater. Shit, everybody's been known as a damn cheater and they got national championships. They ain't done shit to them. Look at Michigan. How many other cheating ass programs won national championships and they ain't done shit? I know when I worked in NASCAR, our saying was if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. We cheat up all kind of shit. Go to Daytona, we'd have one car so cheated up, we wanted that's the one we'd have both of them cheated, the primary and the backup. But we want them to catch the shit on the backup car. Hey, yeah, look at all the stuff they're cheating over there. So you ain't looking over there. The old magic trick, baby. Watch this hand so you don't see what the other one's doing. I missed a lot of my Gamecock football stuff throughout my life. When I was young, I was always deer hunting on Saturdays. I catch some of the game or listen to it on the radio. When I got older, went into NASCAR. Of course, I was working every damn Saturday. So I caught what I could. You're going to tune into Robin Kale's live show this evening? I don't know, man. Are they doing... They haven't really done a lot of the streaming stuff. Are they streaming their thing at the bar? Sometimes, man, you get into a big crowd of people like that with microphones, and so many people are talking at once, you can't understand what the hell anyone is saying. Yeah, I'll try to turn into it. I didn't even know it was up there because it hasn't popped up as being a thing. Ken can't say he had heart failure. It's all them years of being a Gamecock, Ken. Not the joke, but we don't need heart failures, Ken. We do not need heart failures, sir. We need you here. Right here on this earth, keeping people straight, Ken. They should be doing it live at Callaway's. I just can't remember the time. Yeah, eventually I guess I'll get up there for that. They do that thing, man, but it's just such a long drive and coming off of Thanksgiving and all that stuff. It's hard to make that run. It's so hard to a holiday. Hell, next year they might have to do it on a different night. Well, no, it won't be next year. It'll be 2 years. By the time they come back to Columbia again, the game might be on Friday. Well, it said Jackpot could do a live stream, um, watch along party from Callaway's, but he'd probably be kicked out about after the first quarter. Here goes Stockton, tries to throw it. Arm got hit. He got 8 seconds. One more try at it. Kirby gonna kick the field goal on second down, or is he gonna give it one more sling? Eight seconds. You got to get it out quick if you're gonna try it. Oh, fade pass. Get it out quick. Oh, fade to the corner. Justin said they'd have to do it on Wednesday to combat the Friday game. Yeah, but the only problem with a Wednesday is that's the night before Thanksgiving. So I don't know whether how much of a crowd you're gonna get or how many people are traveling for Thanksgiving. I guess it really. I don't know if it's a good time to. I don't know. Maybe do it the weekend before. Anytime you put anything that close to a holiday, whether it's a day before or a day after, not really good timing for a lot of people unless they're local. They could do. I'll tell you what they could do instead of waiting at the end season is do a preseason kickoff like party at Callaway's. That way it's in August and you might get some people in there. Stockton throws. Had to throw it away. They're gonna have to kick the field goal this time. The turkey would have to chill like the one you sent me. Yeah, right. With a cold beer. Yeah, I've always wanted to do like a preseason kickoff party thing, but shit, ain't nobody coming down here where I'm at. I'd have to do it on YouTube and just be a preseason streaming college football kickoff. Line up all the Gamecock YouTubers and do like a straight 12-hour stream. We just kick the kick everybody from one channel to the other channel to the other channel to the other channel. Do like a just pass it off. Everybody's channel grow. Some Gamecock YouTubers would not want to be associated with Rooster because I say shit the way they wouldn't say it. And they might lose their press passes or connection to the program if they followed me. I don't hold no punches. Y'all know that. Jackpot don't hold no punches. Chuck don't hold no punches. And then you got the connected people that can't say shit. If they could really tell you what they wanted to say. Cockaboose conductor thought I was moving back. Yeah, I went back and visited, man. I'm telling you, Cockaboose state itself is so far behind, dude. I can't do it. Just when I started looking at jobs for what I do and what they pay, I'm like, no. And where, like, when you get to the central parts of Florida and stuff, like, we don't even have a state tax down here. I don't get, there's no state tax in Florida. You can get paid good money. And it's really not that more expensive to live here than it is South Carolina. Actually, by the time you add in state taxes and all the bullshit South Carolina's got and car taxes and all that shit you got to pay every year, because Florida's not like that. The most expensive year when you move to Florida on a vehicle or when you buy a vehicle is when you get your initial tag. Then after that, it's not really, vehicle taxes aren't expensive either. Now, if you move to the beach areas, those type of where all the snowbirds and people that come down here on vacation, the vacation areas and shit. Now, you move closer to those, it's a little more expensive. But I don't care about all that shit. I already been living close to the beach. Um, Cockaboo's conductor lives in Texas. I like Texas. A lot of nice people in Texas, man. I know it has its areas like anybody, but when we used to go into the racetrack the night before we pull our haulers into the race, all the um, fire people, the emergency workers, and all that stuff that would be there working the race, they come over and get us, take over, give us cold beer, cook. Stampede says he's connected. What? What? Stampede said only Yankees like Florida. Actually, most of the people down here are not what you would consider Yankees. It's more you got Canadians, you got Michigan, Indiana, more Midwest, I would say. There's probably certain parts of Florida that's more New York, New Jersey, maybe, but really it's more Midwest, Michigan, Ohio. Um, don't forget that like Florida's very Hispanic too, buddy. You got three different nations of Hispanics down here that are you got a ton of Puerto Ricans, you got a ton of Cubans, and you got a ton of Mexicans in Florida. So you got three different countries represented. Well, sure, there's more, but I'm just saying there's a large majority uh, of the state of Florida's Hispanic. Nobody wants to live up here in the Midwest. It's too cold. That's what Matt Tooman said. Yeah, it is cold up there, Matt. I would live up. I don't know. I like the hills. I like rolling hills. I like mountains. Cold weather don't really bother me that bad. It's the bad weather, like icy roads and all the shit that's like that, I don't care for very much. But these damn robots back again. Where's where's my shit at? No, no, no. See if I can get. Why? Not let me do what I want to do. Let me try this. I gotta do something real quick. South Carolina, Florida, Georgia. I've always thought about moving to Conway, but I don't want to leave the rest of our family around Batesburg. Well, I mean, if I moved it, we looked around Florence, between Florence up towards Columbia, because my dad's in Camden and my daughter's in Sumter. So I got a lot of family around. I don't know what is going on. Why it won't let me click on that? Here, I know what I can do. No, because I can't do it like that. Let me try something real quick. No, it's not letting me do it that way. Huh. I was trying to give one of y'all a wrench so y'all can kick the robots out of here, but for some reason it's not letting me go to. It's not letting me do it. Is Miss Tori doing well? Yeah, she's out sitting in her chair watching TV. Christmas shopping, if you want me to be honest. That's what she's doing. What's up, Daddy O? How you doing, brother? Hope all is well with you and you had a good Thanksgiving there, Daddy O. Yeah, I don't know why this thing. Typically it lets me click on the chat on my phone and then I can highlight you guys and give you a wrench so y'all can kick folks out of here. But for some reason, it's not letting me click on it. Not even on my tablet or my phone. Probably some YouTube bullshit again. No. Get out of there. Get out of there. Why won't you let me click on it? Watch. Watch, dude. I don't know. It's being a brat about it right now. Oh, I guess I'll fight the robot since I can't give any wrenches away. Pain in their arse. Usually it just lets me look at the stream and it'll show the chat. But for some reason, not gonna let me do it today. Come on, man. Nope. Damn it. Damn it. Miami versus Pittsburgh tomorrow. Boy, Miami better not shit down their leg. What the ACC gonna do? ACC gonna keep getting away with letting 3 lost teams win their championship. Daddy O, since you in here, man, who you got? Who you want as offensive coordinator, Daddy O? Daddy O says, I don't give a shit as long as they win. Someone that can score points. There's Lane Kiffin. He gonna figure out tomorrow what he's doing in the future. It's a little post game. We'll figure it out tomorrow. What a circus. You're shadow banned? You can't leave comments on my videos. Really? I have to go in and check that because that's kind of weird. If you can comment on here, but you can't make comments on the videos. I ain't never banned anybody. I can promise you that. They come on and say whatever they want to. Hell, we getting all kind of arguments in the chat section. I don't think I've ever banned anyone. If I have, it was for something other than football. I can promise you that. Daddy'll say he don't care who it is as long as. Really? I'll have to check on that, Cockaboose. I know I haven't done it, but that don't mean somebody else didn't do it. I don't think. I know I ain't never blocked you. I don't block people, man. I'm not weak like that. All these people that go around blocking people, like I've been blocked on Twitter by some people. Bro, y'all just weak. If you can't have a legit like debate, Cockaboose Nutner says YouTube. It's any channel, not just yours. Oh wow. So somebody did it to you on a different channel, maybe. You been over on trashing some Clemson people or something? Conductor? Yeah, I don't see. I'm not like that, man. I'll debate anything with anybody. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? This ain't, we're not out here about to fight, fist fight in the streets or anything. I give you my opinion. You give me your opinion. I ask you why you have your opinion. If you ask me why I have my opinion, I'll tell you. I'll explain why my opinion is the way it is. I look at college football as a business. I don't look at it as a fan like a lot of people do. I understand a business side of thing of being a manager before and how managers and CEOs and these type people view things. how corporations and companies view how these things are handled. You can't tie your heart up into something and into people that don't give a shit about you that could be gone tomorrow. That's what I try to convince people of. They just don't listen. Oh, you can't get on, you can't comment on lose or jackpots or anywhere. Have you tried like asking YouTube at what is it at YouTube something cockaboose and see um why that would have happened? I've never heard of that, but I don't mean it don't happen. There's a lot of shit I ain't never heard of. Rob might be messing with conductor. Nah, Rob's not weak like that either. The only time I think you're gonna see Rob or Jackpot or myself or Chuck or Ronald or any of us like just block someone or ban someone for something, it's gonna be over something that's not football related. If it's people just want to argue football or tell me I'm stupid, they do that all the time and then they disappear. Um, you're always going to have trolls. That's just part of the business. I mean, I learned when I was around Dale Earnhardt, you want people to either love you or hate you. You can't walk the middle. The middle is unpopular. People making comments hating on you, hey, that's still noise, man. As long as they're making noise, you know you're doing something right. Oh, so they ain't, you've said something to them and then they still ain't done shit. That's not a shocker either, dude. Be honest with you, brother. That does not shock me at all when it comes to YouTube. That's really why I don't have wrenches, because I don't want other than the robots. I don't want people getting blocked on here unless now if they're coming in here with some bullshit, some racist shit or anything like that, they're gonna get blocked. They're gonna get blocked by me really quick because that's one thing I ain't putting up with. Yeah, Cockaboose conductor might have to get a new profile with a new handle. Yeah, Cockaboose, just do like everybody else in the world does, man. You can need like um 3 or 4 different YouTubes. So when one gets blocked, you can just go to a different one and come back. We did that with one guy, like blocked his ass on 3 different channels, and the guy still came back on another channel under another name. You knew it was the same guy because once you learn how they do it, Rooster Stampede, I might block you. Nah, man, you're not a troll. I think you, Stampede, like to be sarcastic sometimes, but don't we all? And I think sometimes you have way too much heart, Stampede, way too much heart tied into a football team, bro. Like I love the Gamecocks, but I don't have no heart when it comes to people on that football team. They don't know me. I don't know them. They leave tomorrow. Guess what? Hire me somebody better. What's wrong with Gamecock fans? Y'all love people too much. No, just hire me somebody better. I used to tell my employees that they walk up to me and say, "Hey, can I get a raise?" I look right at them and say, "Hey, do you deserve a raise?" They'd be like, "What?" I'm like, "That's how you approach it, man. You don't walk up to somebody and tell them to give you a raise or you need a raise. You walk up to somebody and say, 'Hey, I think I deserve a raise,' and you explain to them why. You more than likely might get that raise. But demanding one ain't going to get you shit. Asking, tell them why, get you ahead of the game, I promise you." Oh, Stampede will fire a coach if we're good. Well, you ain't had to worry about that in a while, Stampede, because we ain't been good. Good for a season here, they're good for a season there. Decent, mediocre for a season, and then all of a sudden we're just shit. How about that? Oh, we got to get a great coach when we're up. Not gonna find that. But I think I understand what you're saying. Don't wait till you're a 3-win football team to go hire a coach. When you're a 6-win football team, and if you're okay with 6 wins, you're not going to want your coach fired, then you're an idiot. But when you have a team like that, that's the time maybe you get rid of your coach and get one that can take a 6-win team and turn it into an 8-9-win team. And every once in a while, get you 10-11-win team. Make playoffs. I kind of understand that. I've given up all hope for the Cox. Well, I have for definitely. We all gave up on this season. I think we're all still frustrated, aggravated. Probably say a lot of things we shouldn't say, or should say. You say what you believe, I guess. I still wonder why we didn't try for Mark Richt when Kirby spurned us for the Georgia job. He went to Miami for one thing. There's a couple coaches I still question why we didn't. I mean, hell, you could have stuck with Sean Elliott instead of going for Muschamp. I mean, honestly, at that point in time, give him a year. That gives you a year to put a search back on, see what he does. This is a different time, but I mean, I just didn't see the point of hiring Muschamp, who couldn't get it done at Florida with all the resources Florida had back then. Anyway, my reason for pointing that out, all out about the Shadow Man, wants to let you know I'm a faithful follower of your program, but it might seem like I'm a stranger until you do lives. Oh, it's all good, brother. I appreciate you, man. I really do. I wish you could make comments because my buddy Jersey Joe says I'm the only YouTuber that talks to my chat all the time in the comment section on my videos. Yeah, we'll go back and forth. Hell, like some of my videos, I had like 300 comments on it where we're just having conversations about the football team. Mama gets mad at me sometimes. Who you talking to now? I text with y'all more than I text with anybody. That's weird, ain't it? I actually use my chat section. It's almost like we're texting, like we're phone pals. Muschamp said Thanksgiving is just a meal. He was done for I think he tied that in way too much of when the original meal for why Thanksgiving was born. But that's a true Muschampism, I guess. Muschamp was also an all breaks. What was it? All gas, no brake kind of guy. How'd that work out for him? How many offensive coordinators between Muschamp and Beamer have we hired now? Have we had one for more than, I don't know. Satterfield we kept 2 years. Why? I don't know. Loggins 2 years. Shula 1 year. We don't count. Do we really count Bobo for Beamer? I don't. A lot of people do. They say this is Beamer's 5th attempt at an offensive coordinator. I say it's his. I don't really count Bobo because Bobo was like going in the middle of the night, threw all his bags in the back of the pick him up truck and hit the dirt road. So I don't know if I really count him because I guess he never called a game under Beamer. He got pissed off that Beamer got the job and it wasn't offered to him after his failures at Colorado State. Are we still in the commercial? I'm still trying to figure out how to get in this damn show where I can give somebody a wrench. Well, anyway, I'm going to revamp my damn studio. after the season is over for sure. After tomorrow, I don't know. I'll live stream some bowl games and playoff games, but I don't know. I can't do live shows yet. Our transmission has been slipping since 2018 when it's right up right now. I don't know. We gotta go unclog the transmission filter, Justin. Buy some higher dollar transmission fluid to put in this thing. Maybe we need to go back to a manual transmission, get rid of the automatic. I think there needs to be an overhaul, and it's gonna be. I mean, Paul Maneri probably not gonna be around. What, another 2-3 years? I think that whole game plan that Ray Tanner put together, of Monty Lee taking over the baseball team when Maneri gets out, I don't think that happens. I think Donati finds somebody from outside the program to come in. How many more seasons does Lamont Paris actually get if this season is really bad? That'd be 2 in a row for him. Stampede wants to get hired by the Gamecocks. He's the closest to Steve Spurrier in age, or what? Stampede, are you the closest to Steve Spurrier in age right now? He's 80. What are you, 79 and a half? Justin's talking about. Oh, I know you're talking about the team. Our team don't know how to run on automatic, dude. That's why they keep slipping. But they love us, Justin. All these kids love us, but we still have to pay them $5 million a year to come here. But they love South Carolina. That's what the fans will tell you. Oh, they love South Carolina. Really? Is that why we got to pay them millions of dollars to be on this football team? Because they love us? Is that why Shane Beamer makes $8.15 million a year, because he loves South Carolina? He could have loved South Carolina and stayed at $4 million a year if he loves South Carolina so much, and put the other $4.1 million into NIL. We need a coach with the right mentality. Yeah, it's called a bulldog, an asshole. Most of the really good coaches are assholes, whether we like them or not. They're assholes. All right, second half about to start. 13-3, Georgia. Georgia starts second half of the ball from their own 25. Little screen pass or whatever the hell that was didn't work worth a damn. But yeah, Stampy, the right mentality and the right knowledge, dude. Do y'all think anybody outside of South Carolina? I ask y'all this question: would anyone outside of South Carolina had hired Shane Beamer with no head coaching experience, no coordinator experience? Name one other team in the SEC would have hired that guy. He wasn't even on any list to get hired by anybody. Not on a Power 4 level, anyway. South Carolina was his only shot. That's why he loves us, because Ray Tanner was the only one dumb enough to hire his ass. He got Leon, Richland County. Offset their involvement in 5 points. Right on. Probably true. Beamer was the right hire in 2020. Why do you say that, Stampede? Explain to me who else would have hired him in 2020. It's the same thing about giving him the raise, and why I pitched the bitch about the extension and the raise. Who else was about to come beat down the door to take Shane Beamer away from South Carolina? And everybody says that's the wrong mentality because it's about recruiting. Or what if he had another 9-win year this year? Didn't you extend him this year? You didn't need to extend him before the season started. You'd already passed all the vast majority of transfer portal shit when he got his extension in January. Wasn't nobody beating down the door say, hey, Shane Beamer, we want to hire you. No. Ray Tanner don't know how to play the game. That was his problem. I know. He's a nice guy. Want to be a nice guy. Shake hands. Supposed to be able to trust that. Not in today's world, you can't. I've gotten cooked on that myself, being a good old South Carolina boy and trusting people. Yeah. You know what happens next? I got to pull a big ass knife out of my back. How close did they move in, Justin? The marriage to Beamer was good at first. In-laws moved closer. Oh, yeah. That set of downs was awful for Georgia. Fire Bobo. Hey, from what South Carolina fan told me today, Mike Bobo's a successful coach. Because he worked at South Carolina. Dude, that wasn't even his first job. Homeboy didn't even realize that Mike Bobo was the offensive coordinator at Georgia before. This is his second time around. He'd married the same woman twice, Justin. Mike Bobo married the same woman twice. And that's the University of Georgia. Not every coach is going to take you to the top. Beamer is our Mark Jackson. Now we got to find our Steve Kerr. That is true. There's a lot of coaches that were at the top that went to other programs that never found their way back. Jimbo Fisher was one of them. Hell, remember Kevin Sumlin? How hot he was when he was at Texas A&M, and then all of a sudden the wheels fell off of that wagon too? Sometimes it's not the coach himself, but it's his staff. And that's one of the things that's been damn. The problem with Beamer is his offensive coordinator, but it's his damn philosophy. He wants that bullshit. He wants that NFL. And how do you say, well, he didn't want NFL when all your offensive coordinators were in the NFL? And I know people argue, well, Satterfield was really only in the NFL 1 year. Yeah, but where'd he come from? Baylor, right? Temple? Where the hell Satterfield come from? Because he didn't come with any credentials either as an offensive coordinator. And he went to Nebraska and called plays. I don't even know if he made it calling plays his first damn year before they took that away from him. The guy was awful. And he called NFL plays with some sentence that takes 45 seconds to get out. That's why we look so confused. All right, Haynes King, what you got? A little end around, dipsy do. Georgia should have had the guy in the backfield, but no. Oh, Kirby trying to say he was short. No, referee says he made it. Kirby wants it reviewed. He stepped out before he got there. Kirby's definitely an asshole. Kirby, what are you talking about? That guy didn't step out before he got to the line. Get your lying ass back over there on the sideline. That guy got a first down. Stop it. All of his NFL style offenses have failed as a whole. It's never going to work at South Carolina. It never has. Nobody's ever come into South Carolina and thought they were going to run some kind of NFL shit is ever going to work. It don't work in college football. And if you look at the NFL now, they run a lot of college shit. They don't even run a lot of the NFL stuff. How many quarterbacks you see now that sit are behind the center, taking snaps straight direct from the center anymore? Only on like short yardage plays. Sometimes they do it for some trickery shit. But everybody's in the shotgun. Hell, look at the Washington. They're running Kingsbury. Y'all don't think Cliff Kingsbury's running down college plays? Y'all don't think Buffalo runs a lot of college football plays? Sure they do. Kansas City full of college football plays. Baltimore, definitely. Lamar Jackson. That's not NFL shit, man. Maybe the verbiage that they use, but hell, they got 80 hours a week to sit in practice to figure out what part of that long ass play call is theirs. Oh shit, interception. Haynes King with the INT. That's 2 already, ain't it? I can't believe UGA can't move the ball off of Georgia Tech. It's probably true. Yeah, it's hard to believe too. If Georgia ain't been good at running the football this year, and usually when they can run the ball good, that's when they're the most dangerous because it sets up their pass. Justin says vanilla offense that Bobo runs. Yeah, Bobo's not going to give you some dynamic. We know it. Just look at what he did at South Carolina. I mean, Kevin Harris was Kevin Harris the one real true bright spot in the Bobo era as offensive coordinator at South Carolina? I mean, I think he was, wasn't he? Hell, we damn near forced the run. With I guess Shy. Oh, well, no, you can't give Shy Smith to Bobo. He was here prior to that. But no, Bobo doesn't run. I mean, Georgia was way more exciting to watch offensively under Todd Monken. But they also had Brock Bowers, who was a beast, a man child. What man child? Is that what you call him? It's a badass dude. He's still badass. Kevin is the last 1,000-yard rusher. Yeah, he had like 1,200 and something that year. Now we got 4 running backs, and none of them, other than Howell, none of them can average over 3 yards a carry because our offensive line is terrible. Mama Tori checking on me. What's up, everybody? Oh, we got a lot of people tuning in for the second half. Everybody searching for the game. Georgia. Is Georgia going to finally start scoring, though? Can they pull away with this thing? With the Ravens have been playing offensively. Todd Monken could be on his way back to college. That is true, man. This year's been oof. Sometimes these college offenses just don't work in pros. Now Monken came from the pros, went to Georgia back. I think he's been in and out of college and the NFL. I had to go back through his whole career, but he's kind of bounced back and forth. Todd Monken, Nicola. I don't know, man. The problem is the NFL season runs so much longer than the college season. He'd have to leave. He'd have to leave in the middle of the Ravens season. I don't see that happening. Just that they just live on a different calendar. That's the big bitch about the coach with the college coaches now is the college football calendar. That was a pretty good damn interception. That guy high pointed it. One thing Georgia's never going to be short of is talent. That's for sure. Little fake handoff, dish out, first down. You want Monken for head coach? Yeah, I don't know about that. Nah, I don't know about that one. Hey, look, even Mike Bobo's kid out with a hurt leg, huh? Justin said they'll be done before January 10th, the Ravens. Really? He won't be worse than Beamer. Well, I don't know. Maybe. He could be worse than Beamer. I think if Georgia scores a touchdown on this drive right here, you might can go ahead and chalk this game up because I don't know Georgia Tech gonna come back or not. Oh, you think in the first week, Stampede? What's your guess? You got a good guess on who you think it's gonna be? I just worry. I don't want to hire a guy too quick and then somebody come steal him away. That would be like a disaster for South Carolina, and that would also be pretty average. It would be something that's been done to Beamer before, hiring a coach and then with the whole Bobo thing, the James Coley thing. Who else was on the over the offensive line coach guy or whatever? Um, told Beamer they were going to stay, and then all hauled ass on him. I don't think he can handle too many more hires of someone saying they're coming, and then all of a sudden they take a job somewhere else. Oh, what's up, Max Todd? How you doing, buddy? Stampede said he has no clue who the offense coordinator was. I mean, me either, because I ain't either. I mean, other than I think our own people making up damn rumors about who it would be. I have no idea who it is either. Max Todd, how you been, buddy? The Gamecock thing to do would be give it to Mike Fury. Yeah, I think that would be way over the top for. I don't know. You might. I know there's a lot of sunshine pumping Mike Fury running around on Twitter right now, but everyone realizes that that's a young group of Gamecocks. That's not the older, the money people, the ones that actually really spend the money to go to South Carolina football games and stuff would agree with that. That Mike Fury's the next guy. Brad Crawford even said the other day he don't see it happening, and he's kind of in the know. Those guys know a little. They get hints and shit. They might not say stuff, but um, they have people inside the programs that drop hints out. Now, if Fury were to go out and put 50 points up on Clemson tomorrow, might be a discussion, but I don't see that shit happening. I still have my doubts we even beat Clemson. Because the real Gamecock thing to do is to shit down our leg and lose by 20 points to Clemson. All right, Georgia Tech came up big on defense after giving up the turnover. Boy, that would have been a bad mistake if he'd have fumbled that football right there. Stampede says Bobby Petrino, maybe just don't want Chip Kelly. I don't know. Chip Kelly, I don't know, man. He was okay at Ohio State. He was really good at Oregon. Not so good at UCLA. Which Chip Kelly are we getting? The Chip Kelly from Oregon or the Chip Kelly from UCLA? The Chip Kelly from Oregon could dial up some shit offensively, but man, he had some damn players back in his day. Justin said, whoever scores 24 points first in the South Carolina Clemson game is who wins. Yeah, it could be. Kelly would be better than Shula. Anyone would be better than Shula. Hell, we could all go up there and be better than Shula was. And I'd break out some old option shit like I did in high school and it'd be better. We could let Lenore's draw shit up in the dirt in that sand that we put down for Tennessee and let Lenore's just draw up some damn plays and be better than what Shula did. I think Shula got more in the way than he helped. If you want my honest opinion, I think he got more in the damn way. He made our quarterback something he wasn't supposed to be. I think that's the biggest thing that's helping Fury is just you go to Lenore's and say, hey, man, I don't got no demands on you. I'm just going to call the play. You run it how you see it. It's a RPO. You want to keep it, keep it. However you read it, run it. Shula needs to stay in the NFL. I think Shula just needs to retire. I mean, he might be okay as a QB coach, but on the NFL level, but he ain't worth shit in college. We all seen that. Sellers seem to be overthinking this year. Well, the plays were too damn long. They were trying to get the dude to drop back in 7-step drops and all kind of shit, and our blocking isn't good enough to run those kind of plays. You don't have, and not like we have an NFL offensive line. Lou was cocky with his halftime report. This UGA offense looks terrible right now. Stockton doesn't have it right now. Yeah, it's easy to be cocky when your team's winning national championships and SEC championships. It's when you got to come back down to when your team's not playing good and you got to find that cockiness back into being humble. That's like somebody coming to me and he said that South Carolina would be idiots for firing Shane Beamer. And I'm like, of course he's going to say that. He's a damn Georgia fan. It's the same thing he said about Florida needed to keep Billy Napier. Y'all can't take that shit serious. They're back on our schedule as a permanent opponent starting next year. Our running backs need more consistency with playing time. I still think we need a running back coach, if you want me to be honest. I'm not sold on Marquell Blackwell. Here comes Mike Elko coming down the stairs. We got A&M 11-0 in year 2. Lou getting a little uneasy right now. Yeah. It's easy to get a little cocky, man, but then you know what I'm saying? You got to be you got to humble yourself at times too. When your team's winning, ride the wave. When your team start losing, then that humble got to come back in your veins. It's hard to take that step back. But hey, it worked for Lou. There's a lot of people that do a lot of shit on YouTube when it comes to college football that ain't. They just do their thing the way I look at it. Y'all do y'all's thing, I'm gonna do mine. Some people aren't very honest in their takes either. They just say shit and do shit just to try to build their brand and some people just talk a lot and never really say anything. Haynes King on the run again. Georgia Tech put some points on the board right here and gain a little confidence. Georgia might start tightening up a little bit. I think Fuller was clearly our best running back, but also thought Attaway fit the offense better than Faison. Well, Oscar's better out of the Oscar's better at catching the ball out of the backfield, which now Hal's proven to be pretty good at catching the ball too. They said it was his blocking why he wasn't playing, and I don't understand that. The kid was hustling. Even the first play last week, my camera keep trying to get away from me. But last week, I mean, hell, we saw Hal all the way down the field blocking on Pup Seller's touchdown all the way down by the end zone. So, I mean, hustle sooner or later has got to mean something, right? All right, 3rd and 2. Georgia Tech need to make some moves here. So we want to stay in this game. I need to turn some lights on. It's getting dark up in here. Bob Petrino had Matt Jones, Ryan Mallett, Darren McFadden, and some other good running backs and quarterbacks. I think his offense could get us back into ship shape. Clayton needs a complimentary. The good thing about someone like a Bobby Petrino, and I'm not just saying Petrino in general, is you can hand him the offense. He's been a head coach. He's not someone you're going to have to sit there and like babysit. You know what I mean? You let him go find his guys. You let him go find the players that fit his system the best. And if you look at his, like the guy that was trying to argue with me the other day, I took a Snapchat. Arkansas has the 3rd best offense in the SEC right now. And it's pretty balanced on attempts when it comes to running and throwing. I think they were right at 20, 40. I'm trying to remember what it was now. They were right at like an amazing number, but it was really close. I think maybe 400 yards difference between their passing and rushing. You know that balance thing that Beamer always talks about? It's really Arkansas. Stampede wants to get Fuller 1,200 yards next year. Yeah, that's not happening, Stampede. Fuller's not big enough, first and foremost. I don't think he's big enough to stand up to being able to run the football that many times. And you need to keep Howell on the field. You don't want that guy leaving. Hell, he's been our best running back the last 2 weeks. Oh, Lord. All the Georgia fans are hyped up. Now Georgia's running all over Georgia Tech. Like, dude, you're only up by 10 points. What the hell? Yeah, I see Lou's video now. Georgia beating a bunch of future unemployed nerds at halftime. Boy, you better hope Georgia Tech don't come back to win. He'll be eating some crow. I wish I could talk that kind of shit being a Gamecock fan. But I was so cocky that we were going to win a football game. Wouldn't that be nice that we automatically know we just... I mean, hell, I could have bragged about I knew we were going to beat Coastal, but people would have just laughed at me for saying that shit. Oh, is this game going to overtime again? Good God, yeah, that thing was crazy last year. 8 freaking overtimes. No, I hope not. I'd actually like to go eat some dinner and watch Texas A&M and not be live streaming. Which I enjoy talking to all you guys. Y'all don't take it the wrong way, but I do like to kick back and watch some football every once in a while too. I got to get all my fat foods in this week. Y'all think I was joking? Come Monday, I got to tighten up on my diet. The doctor wasn't joking about my sugar. But y'all can come hang out with me tomorrow as we play. Tomorrow at noon while we play Clemson. Especially if we start losing, I want y'all all in here. Because y'all about the only ones that agree with me on some of this stuff. I go on X. They hate me over there. Because I don't sunshine pump the bullshit. Oh, Clemson barely counts as a win. This year, you might be right, but I don't know. They got a better record than us. They also didn't play our schedule, so you do have to say that. That's the one thing about South Carolina. We did play a fairly brutal schedule, but we also made a lot of people's shit look better by not playing good against them this year, too. I mean, you got to admit, we made Missouri look really good, who's turning out not to be as good as we made them look. We made Kentucky look bad, and then Kentucky has continued to look bad. Damn, some reporter called Lane Kiffin a hoe. Ole Miss reporter. Kiffin went after his ass, huh? Huh. That's funny. Anybody got any good Carolina Clemson jokes? Oh yeah, they write themselves all the time. Stampede said Carolina is a joke itself. This year, definitely this year. All right, 13-6. Georgia Tech getting fired up, boy. They're playing some defense. Georgia only scoring 13 points on Georgia Tech's defense, who everybody says is really, really freaking horrible. Where is, you know what? I'm going to look that up. Where's Georgia Tech's defense ranked nationally? Let's look that up, y'all. Y'all probably already tell me that. Georgia Tech defensive ranking. 107? What? Points allowed 75th, yards per game 54th, total defense 107th, And Georgia can only put up 13 points? What? Oh, no. Here comes Max Todd with the joke. What's the difference between a Clemson fan and a baby? A baby will stop whining after a while, especially after we throw him off the top deck, top Max Todd. Once we throw the baby off the top deck, he stops crying. I can't believe that guy said that one time. South Carolina fans are so bad, they took his baby and threw it off the damn top deck. Uh-oh. Looks like Stockton come up a little bit short. 4th and 1. Georgia going to go for it? Oh, boy. That is really close. Oh, they got it. Cash Jones. Oh, I'm sure Lou's about to have a fit now. He loves Cash Jones. He almost didn't get that first down. Ooh, boy. Georgia Tech could have got that. Holy shit. Why do you run Cash Jones in that spot? I have no idea. You got Nate Frazier, who's a stockier, stronger guy. There was one other game that they did something similar with Cash Jones, and Lou went off for like 2 weeks about it. I still think Stockton wears 14 for Connor Shaw. Yeah, he was a big Connor Shaw fan. That's definitely why he wears 14. Being a Carolina fan has brought great shame upon my family. Gets to a point, Stampede. Some of it you got to laugh about, dude. Some of it you get pissed about. Some of it you just got to laugh about. Oh, we're on the ACC side of it now. We can hear the officials. I forgot about that. Why haven't all the conferences gone to that? Bama, it was 4th down in there. That's right, it was. You're right. Cockaboosh, you are right, buddy. I knew it was one of them. He went off for like 2 weeks. It's like a sweep to Jones. Carolina fans have more heart than anyone. Carolina fans definitely show up for the party. They love their tailgating and they show up for games. But I don't know how much is that a really good thing. Do we just love the party and the tailgating for the football, or are we really there for the football? Because they vacate quick if we're losing. They're not die hard all the way to the end. Yeah, then they lost by 3. Yep. Stampede just wants to win. We all just want to win, Stampede. We all just want to win. And we should be winning our fair share of some of these games. I mean, you can't keep running around bragging that you were leading going in the 4th quarter and then you can't finish. I mean, I don't know how that is that supposed to be a positive, or do you look at that as a negative? Well, we were in contention with some of these teams that are making the playoffs, but you couldn't close the door on them. So what's the problem? Well, one thing is, no matter how good our defense has been, one thing for sure, we give up the worst plays at the worst time in football games defensively. Good run by Frazier. Stockton going for it all. Oh, should have been intercepted. Yeah, he tried to throw it, Cockaboose, but boy, he threw that thing right into double coverage. Almost not a good end result. 2nd and 10. Trying to run up the middle. He got stacked. Oh, then comes a flag. They're not going to like that. They might have got somebody for targeting on that. Billy Cole says smoking is bad for me, but it's not nicotine, Billy Cole. No nicotine, Billy Cole. You know that? I quit, Billy Cole. I quit smoking cigarettes. Now I do hit my cigar every once in a while, but I haven't had a cigarette in going on almost 2 weeks now. Oh, face mask. Bro, you make a hellacious defensive play and then it's just give up a face mask. You got 8 guys in the box. Yep. I don't even think South Carolina fans are overly expect South Carolina to be a 10-win football team every year. But damn, dude, they damn sure expect more than 4 or 5 wins in a season. Oh, 1st and 10. Stockton back to throw, going for it all again. Nope, too far out of bounds. Incomplete. We expect about 6 wins. No, I still think our expectations need to be higher than 6 wins a year. 6 wins needs to be a bad year for South Carolina. 8 wins should be where South Carolina should be average. I think South Carolina has the average to fit what you're spending. 8 wins, 9 wins, 10 wins. Anything less than that with the money you're putting in this program, get rid of the coach. Justin said, if you stop smoking cigarettes, I know you're looking at vapes. Well, I got a vape, but it's a non-nicotine. And then Mama Tori bought me it's herbal. She ordered me a herbal vape. It's non-nicotine and I'm getting ready to order one that's B12. Billy Cole said our goal should be making the SEC championship. At least competing, being in the conversation, Billy Cole. Even if you don't make it, at least be in that conversation of a team that at the end of the year had the possibility of being there. I think that's where you got to get to. And borderline playoff. I mean, that's it. Tiger Time says almost time for a chicken kicking. You hope so, Tiger Time, but I don't know, brother. I don't know. Might be a whole clusterfuck of shit ball tomorrow between these two teams. Oh, I expect we're going to be ass on an annual basis. Well, then we need to fire everybody and start over. Stampede. Fire the athletic director. Just blow the whole program up and start over. It says it gives you energy, Justin. That B12. I think it's called Burst Bar. It says it gives you energy. Yeah, I agree with the expectations of Millico. You got to be talking about competing. You can't. If you really think about our season ended 3 weeks ago, dude. How bad has it been since then? The season was basically completely over after the Texas A&M loss, and it never really should have came down to that. How about this? When USC beats someone, it's not an upset. Be interesting to know how many of Beamer's 16 SEC wins in the last 5 years were not upsets. I don't know, man. Oh, here comes a bunch of bullshit again. Stampede said our season ended when Vandy beat us. No, I don't think it was the Vandy game when it was really set in yet. The season was over because I guess at the time it really was a bad loss because it was Vanderbilt. But then if you look at it back right now, the way Vanderbilt's playing, you can't really say that. But if you look at Missouri right now and what they're doing, you almost think, man, we got ran over by Missouri and our defense wasn't very good. We couldn't stop the run. We couldn't score. So I don't know, man. As a fan, I want to see the team fight. I want a hard-nosed identity, and you know when you play Carolina, you're going to come out, win or lose, beat up. But you have to have a man as a head coach first. That is true. Yeah, our coach is the only coach I've watched. To be honest with you, how many other coaches do you see that have their kids always on the field with walking into the stadiums, on the field after games, all that kind of stuff? I get you want a family atmosphere, but bro, this is a football game and this is a multi-billion-dollar business. You got sometimes that's just got to be on the sideline. Oh, Justin says he's talking to Tiger Time over here. We should have played on Cartoon Network or commercial. Yeah. LSU closed our casket. That's probably true. Have you seen next year's USC schedule? Damn. Yeah, I have. I haven't really even started focusing on that right now, Billy Cole, with all the other bullshit going on. And just for the fact that somebody made a statement that Beamer was safe with his job and would be around in 26 no matter what before this Clemson game just blows my mind. That shouldn't even be. I don't know. I've seen people work harder when they have a fear for their job. When you ain't got a fear for your job, you get kind of comfortable, my opinion. When we lost to Vandy, we should have let Teasley and Shula go. I don't think Teasley should have never even been back this year. I don't even know the remote thinking behind that. I'm telling you, if I had somebody to work for me that would let me down that bad and I went back through the whole year and looked at how bad it really was, there's no way I'm retaining that guy the next year. That shouldn't even be a question. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I guess that's probably one of the more tragic things to talk about Beamer's coaching and his coaching decisions is why would you? I don't know a head coach that would do that. You gonna bring back your offensive line coach and your offensive line's been horrible for years and gave up a damn league leading, almost nation leading amount of sacks the year before with a very mobile quarterback. Poor Spencer Rattler still got PTSD from being at South Carolina. Go to New Orleans and it ain't no better. Hell, they ain't got no offensive line either. Should have reached the playoffs before the 9-game schedule. Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm worried about the recruiting class under Beamer. Everybody thinks it's hilarious. Like, I get it that the kids he is getting that's coming in this year uh got some good rankings on their personal self, their grades. But brother, we don't got none. Is this team gonna turn into nothing but a damn transfer portal team? All right, Haynes King, you down by 10, buddy. What you got? Jamal Haynes breaking some tackles. Ended up with 6 out of that. It's a small class, and it has been a small class, and that's the problem. And now we're bringing a lot of these transfers we're getting come from these small ass little schools, and they turn out not to be any good. Boaz Stanley. Um, and you can't whiff in the transfer portal and not get really good sized classes in recruiting. That's a recipe for disaster. Uh, yeah, Beamer's known the O line's been a problem. Yeah, I don't. One commit in the 2026 class. Well, the other guys are young, but there's not going to be any guys coming behind them. You're right about that, Billy Cole. So now you got to rely on the transfer portal. I mean, you think about it, you probably have Tree, you got Tree, Isaiah, and all them guys coming back, but I mean, you're a couple classes away on the offensive line for not having one at all. Oh, Stampede said our team is stacked. Not at offensive line. And I don't know if you're going to say it's stacked. Not like you think it's stacked. South Carolina's only had 3 top 10 recruiting classes going back to 2000, according to On Through Sports. So, man, Andrew says. That's probably right, Andrew. 2 according to 247. And those are all, that's like the Clowney years and stuff under Spurrier. That needs to change. Oh, absolutely, it's got to change. But our coach wants to make $8 million. He loves our university. Stampede still says South Carolina stacked. And they just sure ain't showing it on the field if that's the case. And that means our coaching staff really sucks, Stampede. If we're stacked with that much talent and we're a 4-win football team, we really suck at coaching. Oh, what is going on with the soft cushion UGA's doing? Same bullshit South Carolina did against Texas A&M that got our ass beat. Had guys sitting 8 yards off the line of scrimmage on defense. Stampede said it is. It's our coaches this ass. Judging by this season, I can agree with you, Stampede. Our coaches are our ass. Stampede said, trust me, I know ball. Hell, you ain't even got to know ball to know our coaches are ass, Stampede. But it's watched us play this year. What's the line on the South Carolina Clemson game? Last I saw it was 3.5, Max Todd, unless that changed. South Carolina favored 3.5. It started out like 1.5, I think. I heard somebody say Clemson was favored when the line first came out, but I never saw it. I think it was the first time I saw the line, it was South Carolina minus 1.5. Now it's 3.5. Kind of that home team line. Andrew says the 2002. Now, Andrew knows all this shit. For a young guy, this dude right here knows this Gamecock stuff. The 2002, 2007, 2009 class are all ranked top 10. The 2003 class was ranked 11th, according to both Rivals and 247. Yeah, when the state of South Carolina has some good players, our rankings go up recruiting. When the high school kids in South Carolina, we don't have a lot of them, recruiting goes way to hell down. We don't have much national recruiting muscle, if you want to call it. Not very strong in the national recruiting. We have talent. Oh, yeah, we definitely have talent, but it's not developed. And we should have known that with our offensive line coach forever. And then the kids that come out and basically say Teasley was soft as fuck as an O-line coach. They were getting away with whatever they wanted to. And the shit didn't change till Sean Elliott took over. Beamer's last recruiting, they're the same. They're about the same as Muschamps. Somewhere around the 20 to 25 mark. Now, his first recruiting class, I don't really count it because there was no time to recruit. But outside of that, it's pretty much been the same as Muschamp. It hasn't gone up. They were both kind of in that same damn spot. Oh, is that the first time we were favored versus the Taters since Spurrier? Oh, I don't know if it's the first time we've been favored. Maybe. You might be right on that one. Pagaboose. I haven't searched the history on that, but you may be right on that. We don't do well as favorites. I'd rather be the underdog if you want me to be honest. Can we get Roll Tide Willie as a guest? No, because he don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. He don't give a damn about no Gamecocks. He don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Oh, Willie makes me laugh. Beamer's a recruiter like Muschamp, just not head coaching material. Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at it, Andrew probably has the answer to that one. I think, yeah, I think they're both top, right around top 25, just inside the top 25. I think Muschamp had 5 of those, and Beamer's had 4 inside the top 25 or whatever the hell it is, 28. Some weird number. But then you have recruits like that turn out like Debo Samuel, who was only a 3-star kid, but was a badass 3-star. Most of the champs, Will Muschamp's guys were defensive guys. The better guys he got were defensively. He struggled with offense, man. He really did. And South Carolina never could get a quarterback. I mean, the only highly ranked quarterback South Carolina's ever had that remotely close to a 5-star was when Rattler came. But hell, they've all been transferred. Aaron Nolan was a 5-star out of high school. Everybody's in love with Cutter Woods, but I'm telling you, man, the way I saw Aaron Nolan cutting that shit loose the other day, he got a quick release and he got some damn tight spin on the ball. I wouldn't count that kid out if he stays at South Carolina. I don't know. Everybody's so in love with just the kids from South Carolina. Cutter Woods from Gaffney. Let's make sure we keep him around. He needs to be our starting quarterback. Brother, if we just keep starting the kids from South Carolina on this football team, we'd never win. There's not that many of them, and you can't fall in love with them just because they're from the state of South Carolina. Doesn't make them the better player. Justin says, Air reminds me of Vic. What Michael Vick left-handed too? See, that's the whole thing people don't understand. He has a disadvantage because he's running a right-handed offense left-handed. It's not like the starters are left-handed guy where everything's kind of designed. You got to flip the field when you look at a left-handed quarterback. Where the tackle, you know what I'm saying? Your left tackle is always important for a right-handed quarterback. Well, hell, it flips to the opposite side where your damn right tackle is the most important offensive lineman for a left-handed guy because that's his blind side. You thought Pharaoh Cooper was better than Debo? I don't know about that. Pharaoh was good though. He was a damn guarantee catch most of the time. But so was Ellington. Bruce Ellington was good. They all are like kind of like those Tim Brown. I like to compare those type guys to like a Tim Brown, which are they're not going to blow you away with any type speed or anything like that, but they caught the ball, they made first downs, they did all the little shit that added up at the end. That's what I like about their possession receivers is what they call them. Pharaoh Cooper was good at that. Ellington was good at that. 3rd and 4 for Georgia. Only 9 minutes left. Stockton cuts it loose. Caught. Boy, Georgia Tech can't afford to give up any more points. This is over with. Oh, that's because it itches, Billy Cole. Says I'm driving him crazy, scratching my head. It's because it itches. Fresh haircuts itch, man. It is itching. See, Justin, you get it. You get a fresh haircut, that shit itches, man. I got to scratch my brain to wake it up every once in a while, Billy Cole. Wake up. Wake up, brain. Can you rub your belly and pat your head at the same time, Billy Cole? See, look, I got talent. I got talent. Well, Billy Cole, since you in here, you gonna beat Vandy tomorrow or what? Get some old motor oil and sulfur. Or put on my dogs when they got the mange. I don't got the mange. I ain't got no damn mange. It's just a fresh haircut, Billy Cole. Ain't like the old days when you just got scissor cuts. Now it's a buzz. It's a buzz. You get a buzz, Billy Cole. A buzz. Tennessee gonna break the heart of the dang Commodores or what, Billy Cole? Or y'all gonna mess around and get anchored? How's that defense doing in Tennessee anyway? What's the worst rivalry game? Billy's 50-50. He would bet 1,000 on Tennessee? Really? What's the worst rivalry game between South Carolina, Clemson, Florida State, Florida this year? The most disappointing rivalry game this year has to be either Florida State, Florida, or South Carolina and Clemson when it comes to the records and what people thought they were going to be at the beginning of the year to what they really are. Wouldn't bet on Tennessee. I got you. Billy, is Josh Heupel going to score a date with Pavia's mom? I doubt that. Pavia's mom, she caught some damn heat last week for doing the damn dance and then doing the Heisman Trophy pose. Why people care what the hell that woman does? I want you blaming on the cameraman for even going over there and showing her instead of keeping the camera on the football game like you should. I don't think the parents are playing. Snappy said I wouldn't bet on Vandy either. Yeah, I ain't betting on either way on that game if you want me to be honest. There's Arch. Arch Manning had his career high 389 passing yards last week against Arkansas, who has no defense. There's another one of them. Let's break. I can thank Theo Vaughn for her being on. Theo Vaughn's all over the place, man. That guy's on like every channel anymore. I'm like, damn, I want to be a struggling, starving ass comedian and all of a sudden do a podcast and have millions of viewers and followers. Is that what it takes to be a starving damn comedian and then just do podcasts? How do you even get popular doing podcasts? I'm doing it all wrong. Maybe I should get on TV in a skirt and do some damn Heisman dances myself or something with a big blonde wig on. Shit, I don't know. Well, that is one big ass Georgia dude. I guarantee I don't want his grocery bill. Oh, Stampede said all I need is a Joe Rogan bump. For real. Hey, since I do football, can I get the Paul Feinbaum bump? There's a lot of people riding off the Everybody gets on Paul Feinbaum anymore. What's his name? The Austin dude, Brooks Austin guy or whatever, and the SEC Mike. They all get invited on the Paul Feinbaum show. Rogan or Rogaine? I don't know. Rogan, maybe. Joe Rogan. Oh, big sack by Georgia Tech. 4th down. Georgia got a punt. If Georgia don't get better offensively than this shit right here, they're not going to have a long life in the playoffs. Roll Tide Willie would take me to the next level. Next level of what? The trailer park? No. I like Willie, though. He makes me laugh. Maybe I should just start bringing people on as guests. I ain't got time for all that, man. I can't bring on all these guests to talk and do all that stuff. I have a job. I'm not one of these full-time YouTuber people. I know what I should do, Stampede. I'll get the Deputy Smitty dude. He seems to be a popular guy on Twitter. What's his name? Deputy Smitty that does the Gamecock breakdowns of their plays. Well, this could have been a touchdown right here if we'd have only made this block. Well, every play in college football could be a touchdown if you just make the right block. Hey, Captain Obvious. Make this block. It would have been a touchdown. Hey, don't make this penalty. It would have been a touchdown. Georgia has 2 starting linemen out. Nowadays, even Georgia doesn't have the depth. They keep rolling. That's a fact. Depth is a big damn thing, and that's why people ask me about that Arkansas thing with Golish. If you don't build some depth on your defense and you try to run that Tennessee offense, man, big play by Georgia Tech. Key to winning now is just staying healthy, or she's doing good, Billy Cole. She's out there watching TV, I'm sure. Or talking. I don't know if she's talking to the dogs or the cats, or maybe she's on the phone with her son. Guest music excites the fan base in the podcast world. Music before the intro, music before and after a break. See, I'm like, I don't like all the fluff stuff. I guess you're right, Justin, but I'm just not into the. I don't know. I hate commercials on TV, and I almost feel like anytime I'm doing that, I'm doing a damn commercial. Like intro videos on YouTube. If I watch a YouTube show or something and I'm not watching it live, I fast forward. I just fast forward through the intro music every time. I can't. It drives me nuts. I can't stand it. It's like watching it's like when you watch Netflix, do you actually watch the intro to the show? Because I don't. I fast forward right on through that shit. How about Cousin Shane? I like Cousin Shane. He's funny. Cousin Shane's a man that's not afraid to pick on his own. So I could bring on Josh Pate. I could, but nah, I'm good. Billy Cole says great. Bad penalty by Georgia. Cockaboos conductor says, I'm out. Catch you later. All right, Billy Cole. I can go back to scratching my head now so I don't aggravate you. How about that? I'm going to scratch my head wondering what flavor Jello Billy Cole's getting tonight. Uh-oh. It's going to be pass interference or what? Yep. Pass interference on Georgia. Back-to-back penalties. Sponsors as well help an audience. Yeah, now sponsors, but also with sponsors, you're not depending on YouTube to pay you. So that's a great thing. And if you get enough sponsors, you don't have to worry about having a different job you can do full time. The problem with sponsors down here, especially like a lot of these betting companies, is when you live in Florida, there's only actually one that's legal, and that's Hard Rock. It's got to go through Hard Rock. And They don't give a shit about having me commercial for them because they have famous people like Mike Tyson doing their shit now. But yeah, sponsors do help a lot. I'm going to redo my studio after the end of this year when I get time. I'm going to paint everything, reset everything up. So a lot of my new videos coming up, which I got to travel for a while. So most of my videos y'all probably seeing being recorded through my iPad or phone. In the meantime of me traveling and doing all that, I'm going to redo the studio. Or in common language, the spare bedroom, which I turned into an office. Another flag. Oh, they say no foul this time, huh? Oh, wasn't catchable. Yeah, if he'd have threw that thing anywhere close. Justin wants me to get Harley Davidson as a sponsor. I don't know, man. I work with Harley Davidson. My cousin had a deal with Harley. They're really hard and weird. You'd have to get like a local, maybe a local dealership. The problem is I'm a South Carolina YouTuber in Florida. So trying to get anything local in Florida, I don't have a lot of Florida people watch the channel. I'd have to do more of a national or SEC channel. Cover a lot of Florida stuff. Maybe I should do Florida high school. Y'all think Florida high school channel would do good? Go around on Fridays to different high school games and get a lot of the big recruits. Talk to a lot of the big 5-star recruits in Florida. High 4 stars. And get Will Muschamp on the show. Bro, nobody will watch my damn show after that. Whoa, Kevin. Had I still been in South Carolina, you wouldn't have to hate Shane Beamer as much. He would have been my special teams coordinator. All right, Georgia Tech, you're going to need a big play here, buddy. Let's see if I can think of anyone I would want to get on the show. Now I got some buddies that would come on the show. I mean, I could probably get. I wouldn't say Chris Mahler is a buddy, but I chat with him through Twitter sometimes. I'd probably get old Chris Mahler on. Um, I know I can get. I've had Jackpot on before. I can get more South Carolina YouTubers on. Nationally, I don't know. You just reach out to some of these guys and they will come on. The problem is I don't have time. You have to like pre-schedule that stuff and either record it. Trying to match up schedules to get people on live is really hard to do. Unless you can do it full time and you just sit here until Marler is great. Yeah, we cut jokes back and forth. I've cut some jokes with cousin Shane before, especially about his golf game. And some picks. I could probably get some former South Carolina people. Hell, I'm down here with Steven Garcia. Maybe I should just go over to his house and do a live interview with old Steven Garcia and drink a cold beer. You know who else is in this area? Ace Sanders. I can get Stampede for 5,000. What the hell is this? Jeopardy? Give me a Stampede for 5,000. Ding 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 ding. Double Jeopardy. Who else is down here? Ace Sanders is down here. Swearinger's in Florida. There's a bunch of former Gamecocks that live in Florida. Well, they're from Florida and they came back to Florida. I could probably get some Georgia people on too. I don't know. Like I said, you just got to schedule all that shit out, and I don't have time for all that. Just make sure I will tell Stephen Garcia to wear clothes because he may not. Well, at least a shirt. Oh, yeah. But when the hurricane comes, he probably just take clothes off and stand outside with a flag. I can bring on probably some NASCAR people, but y'all probably don't want to see NASCAR people on the football channel, do you? I still know some people in the NASCAR world. All right, Georgia Tech, you only got 3.5 minutes. You got to play some defense here, buddy. God, 16-9. Who would have ever thought this game would have been this? Especially Georgia Tech defense has been terrible all year. Wow. Tell him if he shows up drunk, you have a treadmill and Steve Spurrier on standby mode. Hey, I might even go see head ball coach, man. Where I'm going to work for the next a little while is not about probably 45 minutes from Gainesville. I can go over and hang out at Steve Spurrier's restaurant. Talk to the old HBC. I would go over and interview Billy Napier, but he ain't with the Gators no more, so can't go see him. Stampede wants me to bring on Joe Gibbs. Yeah, I don't think I'm getting Joe Gibbs. That man's a little bit busy in his life. HBC would be legendary, right? I just go sit in the middle of his restaurant and set up all my podcast equipment. What y'all think he would say? Get the hell out of here, boy. Throw on my old Jadavian Clowney jersey. All right, 3rd and 1. Big play for Georgia Tech right here. They give up this first down. That might be all she wrote. Might be all she wrote. Hand off up the middle. Oh, they got it. You mean they didn't run Cash Jones on that? I guess they had enough of that last time when he barely got there. But that might be about to seal the deal right there for the Dogs. Georgia Tech only got one timeout left. Damn, Georgia's offense only got 70 yards passing. Holy shit. That's horrible. That's like our one game where we had -9 yards rushing. 70 yards passing. Good Lord. That's awful. That's worse than Sellers, right? Lenore's biggest problem is losing all his damn yards, getting sacked. It ain't really. I mean, he could have had a hell of a lot better passing yards this year. He has missed some wide open receivers, but man, you take it, you get hit as much as that kid's been hit. It be scared to damn throw the ball. We got to develop some wide receivers too. I mean, consistent wide receivers, not good for 2 games and then they disappear, and then they're somebody else is good for 2 games and then he disappears. And then we always talk about the running backs and how when the running back gets hot, he ends up on the bench. Well, hell, wide receiver, you get a guy like Jacobs that gets like a couple 100-yard games and then shit, he don't really do nothing else. Harbor's been like he's get a good catch and have a decent game, and then all of a sudden, hell, he disappears. Now it's Pup Sellers. He's had a couple good games. Is he going to disappear? Well, we ain't got enough season left to know whether he disappears or not, because we're disappearing until August of 2026. Because we can't win more than 4 games. Well, we might win 5. Take out the taters tomorrow. Take out the taters in the trash. What the hell happened to Mazio Bennett? Same thing, man. I don't know. They've tried to get him in here or there, but nothing consistent. I just inconsistency in the coaching and the play calling. The one thing no South Carolina player could do beside Lenoris is walk around talking about feed me, because hell, they just disappear like ghosts. What they at the 2-minute warning of the half now? I gotta go take a pause for the calls. I'll be back for the last 2 minutes just to see if Georgia Tech can, or they might have called a timeout. We might not be at 2 minutes yet. Oh, Cockaboo says we're at 2 minutes. Yeah, I see that now. 155, 2nd and 10. Last time out for Georgia Tech, huh? So we kind of know what Georgia's going to do. They're going to run the ball twice. Here comes the Bobo. Let's run it and run the clock. Let the clock run. Punt it. Let the defense play if they have to. Yeah, they didn't. Then he gonna try to run to the outside. They got him down. It's probably a good thing he got tackled, because he didn't look like his ass is about to run on out of bounds. That wouldn't have been very smart. Hey, get down, dude. All right, 3rd and 11. Do they try to throw it or they just hand it off? Y'all think they just run the clock down? Oh, Georgia run it all the way down and take a timeout. Minute 8 left. Damn, the Bears beat the Eagles? That was today? They have an NFL game today? I didn't even pay no attention, to be honest with you. Or was that last night's game? No. Yeah, I didn't even watch who the hell played last night. I think Georgia runs it. What's y'all's gamble on this? Georgia handoff run it? Or will they try to throw it and get the first down? Oh, they do try to throw it? No. Stockton's going to run it. Get down. Going to let the clock run on all the way down and take another timeout again, I'm sure. Yeah, what are they going to have? Like 20 seconds left by the time they get the ball? Yep, there it is. Right down to 20 seconds. 21 seconds. Block punt return for a touchdown, Gamecock, Chuck says. I don't know about that one, Chuck. You got to try to, though, right? You got to bring the house and try to block it. Georgia Tech isn't that lucky. No. Hey, when South Carolina did that against Florida one time, didn't it? Florida did that against us, too. But not to win the football game. Or at least tie to go into overtime. Oh, they did bring the house, but they didn't get it. Damn. I got to kick the shit out of that thing. 13 seconds left. Law of averages say this game is over. Oh, they put a second back, 14 seconds. Like that's really going to matter. Yeah, it was, wasn't it? Much chance last game. Got out of bounds with 7 seconds left. What kind of dipsy do play did you keep pitching it back on this? Because I don't think Haynes King got the arm to throw no Hail Mary from here. Try to throw something short. Get out of bounds real quick. Get a little closer. Mr. Signal Loss says, let's go, Clemson. 1 second left for a Hail Mary try. Mr. Signal Loss. Let's go, Clemson Tigers. No, Clemson going nowhere tomorrow. Just going home with an L. But I'm not very confident that in Mr. Signal Loss. Georgia takes a timeout. Why, Georgia? Why? Why are you doing that? All you're going to do is go back there and line a bunch of people up against the damn goal line anyway. Mr. Signal says he's not that excited about tomorrow's game either. Yeah, I agree. With the two disappointing seasons that South Carolina and Clemson had, it's really hard to get excited. Some people still play that it's a rivalry hate thing, but I'm more of a big picture. I want my team to be competing for championships, and they're not, and it pisses me off. So sorry if I don't get so excited about beating Clemson. Or that's ball game. Georgia wins it. Anyway, I appreciate everybody for hanging out with me. Cockaboos, Mr. Signal Loss, glad to see you in here, buddy. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not. Gamecock Chuck will be the next man up doing a live stream for Texas A&M. Go over and check out my buddy Gamecock Chuck. Stampede, always appreciate you hanging out with me, my friend. Everybody's kind of been in the Justin. Everybody's been in the chat section. Appreciate any and all of you guys. And we'll see y'all tomorrow for South Carolina Clemson game right here. Same channel. Nope, not same time. Early game tomorrow. So we'll see y'all around 12 o'clock. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Peace.